바삭바삭한 것이 절묘하고. 살짝 바삭한 것이 절묘하고. 바삭한 것이 절묘하고.
Hello everyone. How's it going? I see people are wondering where we stopped last time. Yeah, it's the Noodle Dawn. Everyone knows the Noodle Don Quixote, so people are wondering where we stopped the last time. Hold on real quick. Hi, hello. Let me go ahead and zoom in my camera. I don't know why my camera is like this. My camera, like, straight up resets. Y corner, it's a randomly picked image up here. I have a gigantic folder full of all the images I've ever used for any video I've ever made. And it just randomly picks an image and spits it out. So, like, sometimes you get a random book cover. Come on, change over. Sometimes we get Ned Stark from Game of Thrones. It's been appropriate to what we've been talking about a few times in the past, so, you know, it's mostly just here to be funny. But, we left off right after the knight fight. We killed Mr. Scary Knight, Mr. Don Quixote reference, and then, our Don Quixote reference went to talk to their Don Quixote reference, and they came to an understanding. But what does it all mean? It means... shelves? Toasters? I don't fucking... change! That's what it means. Anyway, hi. How's it going? Sorry, I'm a little more tired today. It's a little bit of a rougher day compared to yesterday for me. I don't know, just the morning didn't go so great, and I just decided to I had that weird. Have you guys ever had that weird moment? I don't know if anyone here has a partner, but my partner got up at like 7 o'clock to go to work. My brain naturally kicked me the fuck awake at the same time. I'm awake for a little while. I'm like, I've got like all kinds of energy. And so I pull open my phone and I start reading. Namely, I have been reading my way through Jujutsu Kaisen for the second time. I never finished it, but I got up until the last handful of chapters, and then I dropped that shit immediately. Because we were getting into... upon having finished, because I finished it today, upon having finished, I think I stopped at the low point of the shenanigans for JJK, where it was like, oh boy, let's just cycle through the entire fucking cast of characters, spend half the chapter glazing them up to be like, maybe they can win, and then kill them instantly. And it's like, it happens like 3 times in a row, and I was so fucking over it by the end of that I just dropped the series. And then apparently there were like 10, 15 more chapters after that, and so I read through the whole series again, got to that point, and was like, okay, yeah, I remember why I stopped here, and then kept going. And it was like, it was even funnier to see live. Yeah, I know, that's why I was reading it live when it was happening, and when we got to the 2 literal Who characters that showed up in fucking JJK 0, and it was like, dude, what the fuck are we doing right now? Oh, but this guy, oh my god, don't worry. This guy's got a chance. We can do it, guys. And then they just fucking die instantly. And I'm like, can we just get to the conclusion here, guys? Like, fucking hell, come on. And it's just, oh my god. I'm not gonna ramble about JJK for this whole time, but part of the reason why I wanted to catch up and, you know, finish out JJK was, there's a couple reasons. My partner has a couple cousins that swear by JJK as like the greatest anime of all time, and I just wanted to be able to say like, yes, I've read through it, and give my thoughts, you know, give my actual thoughts and opinions on it in a way that are constructive and not, you know, basing it off of bullshit. I haven't used this technique since the Heian era. Jesus Christ, dude. But also because apparently there's a sequel series out, which I haven't heard anyone talk about. It's JJK, but aliens. There's like 3 chapters out, and I just like read through most of the first one. I think I finished the first one just before this, and what the fuck? Okay, sure, yeah, JJK, but aliens now. It's written by Gay. He didn't do the art, but like, fuck it. That sounded so stupid to me that I was like, all right, I have to fucking catch up so I have to read this. No, he pulled a Boruto in a better way because he didn't finish JJK and have aliens be the main antagonist at the very end of the fucking manga. Jury's still out. I've only read the first chapter and like a little bit of the second chapter. But this is not a JJK discussion stream. Please be patient with me. I'm sorry that we've been rambling about this for the entire run of the stream time at this point, but I did just finish reading the anime or reading the manga right before stream. So yeah, we are mentioning the fucking craziness of, yeah, this is JJK sequel. It's aliens now, I fucking guess, dude. Like, why not? That's what I mean, by the way. That's what I mean by the way of the image occasionally weirdly syncing up to with what's going on. I crack open my can of Coke and then a beer can pops up on the random image. Like, what the fuck? Like, huh? Yeah, logical next step now that we've finished doing all the stuff. Let's just fucking aliens now, I guess. It is neat to see the ultimate, like, I've started seeing all the next, like, the next characters that are coming out as like the next generation. You know, it's cute, it's neat, it's funny. I don't glaze JJK like a lot of people do. A lot of people feel like JJK is like the best thing fucking ever. I think it's okay. I think the first half is really good. I think the first half was actually fucking excellent, and I think in the culling game it starts kind of glazing itself a little too much. It is so much just, hey, you want to do a fight and you want to just do that forever? Yeah, some of the other streamers love putting the 1 hour of silence interrupted by stuff in comedic timing. It's hilarious. Oh yes, we'll be doing that more. Was that an image of Nicki Minaj? Probably. I could not tell you where half of these images are used in the videos that I've made. Some of these are from my, whatchamacallit, my Yu-Gi-Oh videos. No one knows about these. I did a series of videos where I would break down archetypes and how like okay they were from Yu-Gi-Oh. I did not keep going with that. That shit did not get views. I think they have more views on TikTok than YouTube. Yeah. Rough. But yeah. I think JJK is pretty alright. I don't know where I'd rate it. I kind of need to give it some time to like marinate, but my ultimate take is that pretty good in the first half, kind of gets a little bit too lost in its own sauce for the second half, and then kind of evens out by the end of it. The last handful of chapters were pretty good. Like when the fight actually finishes, it's pretty good. It's a pretty satisfying conclusion, but also like Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, anyway, sorry, responding to a quick thing. Let's get back into Limbus, right? Probably what everyone is here for, not listening to me ramble about JJK. So where we left off last time is we had just beaten the knight. And while yes, he did beat my shit, we didn't lose. We got to... It was close. Let's not pretend it was anywhere near like a fucking secure victory. The thing that won us was a sudden headshot from Heathcliff Sniper. He said, all right, AP round fucking loaded, bang, and managed to fucking kill him. By the skin of our fucking teeth, we beat that guy, which feels very, he also kicked my ass. I pulled out a sinking team out of spite. I feel that. That's a good one. That's my backup. I have 2 backup teams. I have vampires as my main, burning as my secondary, and my poise buds as my third. As you can tell, I like to run teams that take a little while to warm up and then go and do their thing. I felt like burn would have been a pretty good thing if we had failed here, just because, you know, fire versus ice, pretty good thematics. But yeah, I only want to do backups as well. Holy fucking shit. I was burn tremor. Yup. That's a good option. Even then I only had like 5. Yeah, it was brutal. Oh boy. I had my last sinner freeze the second the knight died. Thank God that wasn't an instant fail. Oh yeah, it was a brutal encounter last time. I'm looking forward to getting to do that again. That was really fun. But it looks like there's only about 14, so I think we only have like 3 nodes left. But knowing this event, these nodes will have quite a lot of voice acting to do. So God help me, my poor voice is going to be worn raw and ragged by the end of this. So here we go. I failed to beat the knight twice using Heisho. The first try was burned. Yeah, Heisho is like the ultimate, like, don't run this into this guy. But I'm told that this is gonna be pretty hard. Oh, the other thing that I did in the meantime is I got KK Captain up to 55. Because she's part of my front line, and I figure I should probably have my whole front line be level 55. It's like, that just seems good. I'm probably gonna swap 4th pack Rhino out for Thumb Capo. It's like, oh, but he's not bleed. It doesn't matter. He's Thumb Capo. He kind of just wins the fight on his own by being here. Like, he's what is known as a little fucking silly. But yeah, we'll say fuck it and run it. We've got, I think multi-crack Faust is the only unit at 50 still, but it'll be fine. I was surprised when Hung Lu 3rd skill caused him to get twice the amount of cold. Yep, rough. Who needs bleed when you have aura farming and damage numbers? Yup. KK Mamble is one of my dungeon 15 clears. Really upset I didn't get the bleed secret boss buff. Oh god, that would be gross. I need to start looking into running the deep mirror dungeons. I haven't done that yet. Anyway, voice acting. This is the doctor, researcher at Rhodes Island. Nice to meet you. When I, after everything we went through, finally had the chance to meet the doctor of Rhodes Island, I realized that I had been building a vastly different image of them in my mind based on the name alone. I was thinking they were going to be someone like Yisung, Faust, or Hohenheim from LCE. But the first impression of them was similar to what I felt when I met a K-Corp employee. The clock just ticked. And this is Dante, a manager at Limbus Company. That ticking just now was nice to meet you. Oh, okay. Thanks for accompanying Amiya. Honestly, I was pretty worried when we were separated at the border. It would be really funny. I know this would be a nightmare to incorporate because Limbus Company does not work like this. It would be really funny if we could choose the dialogue for the doctor. That would be hilarious. I should thank you and Amiya. I should thank you and Amiya, actually. We would have been in a real pickle without her, so it's a bit embarrassing to repeat that myself. Dante says that we would have been in a real pickle without Miss Amiya. In an unrelated subject, I just found out I have a takeoff module for thread spinning. I didn't use it. I'm a fool. Oh no. Is that Doctor the Arkest of Knights? Indeed. As opposed to the Dark Knights. I'm told that's one of the fucking events from Arc Knights. I don't know. We'll find out. Just a heads up, we'll probably bring this up later, but I'm gonna be trying to get back into Arc Knight streaming after this. I think I mentioned this a good amount of times last time, so like future streams will likely be Arc Knights oriented. God help me. We'll see how long it lasts. I would like it to last a while, so here's hoping. Yeah, it's more of a luck of the draw for me not completely tilting out at chat talking shit and me being just bad at Arc Knights compared to the rest of the gachas that I play. I'd like to think I'm pretty decent at Limbus. Like, I'm definitely not the best fucking Limbus player or any shit. Like, I'm pretty okay at Limbus. Like, I've played through library. I think I've got the basic principles down, you know? I'm not the guy who's gonna go in and solo the entire game with one unit and craziness and do challenge runs, but I like to imagine that I can clear most content on my own. Not the case in Arknights. Arknights is a fucking hard-ass game. I could not beat Lapland. Where is your A50F15 Extreme Run WAD? What? Those are words, I think. Also, I'm word, not WAD. Oh! Sorry, Manager Bud can't talk human, so don't worry about it. We'll take over the translation. Jesus Christ. Oh, I saw the size of the fucking text. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I haven't done MD Extreme yet. That's been the one thing that I've not really... I have not done Infinity Mirror Dungeon like at all. Oh, Merceau. Oh, you're taxing me, bud. Okay. It is incorrect to state that the manager cannot talk human. A more accurate assessment would be that the manager is incapable of accessing sonic means of communication, which includes verbal communication. However, they are able to produce Jesus Christ. However, they are able to produce repetition of multiple sounds that may register on a similar scale to the ticking of multiple hands, second hands, minute hands of a clock. I don't know, something about the way Merceau puts it sounds worse. Don't worry, it is not a difficult task when only a single individual has to be translated. Doctor, let us move on to the next steps of the plan. Next steps? Thanks to Limbus Company's efforts, we obtained the exact coordinates of the vessel Massas, and managed to capture the deck with ease. However, Fabius, who is suspected to be a bishop of the deep, and his followers have barricaded themselves inside the bridge's control room. While it may seem as though they're hiding, I believe they're trying to bait us. As in, they are waiting for us to enter the bridge before summoning reinforcements from elsewhere to trap us in a pincer attack. Something like that. The elsewhere is most likely to be the sea, as their reinforcements are probably more sea terrors. Fabius is a seaborn, and the ocean will answer to the call of their kind. Limbus Company and Irene will head to the bridge and neutralize Fabius. Hami and I will accompany you to provide support and identify the situation within the bridge. In the meantime, Calcit and the other operators will remain on standby on the ship's exterior at the pre-designated locations. I'd like to avoid getting surrounded by sea terrors before we manage to take down the Church of the Deep within the bridge. I observed several entry points leading straight to the bridge while we were working on repairing the vessel. How goofy or serious is the Doctor as a character? Always wondered. Pretty serious from my recollection. Doctor is pretty locked in, straight-laced. Of course, he also lost his memory, or they. I'm gonna say he because, like, I tend to interpret these gender-neutral protagonists as being me, because I think that's kind of the intention, is you're supposed to sort of imprint. Dante is the only exception. I think Dante would more accurately be referred to with gender-neutral pronouns because, well, A, we don't really know, and B, I don't think Dante is their own character. Doctor is mostly, from my experience with Arknights, granted, I've only played relatively early. Yeah, when there is a void, most people insert themselves. Exactly. Doctor, I feel, is supposed to, at least early on, embody that idea of, like, a sort of void that you imprint yourself upon. So I kind of subconsciously refer to the Doctor with he, him. I know, it's interesting. It's a cool discussion about characters and stuff like that. Even though, technically, they do not have a specific gender assigned to them. I better stop talking gender, or else the people from the Wonderlab video will get angry. Yeah, did I ever tell you guys I got a death threat from that? That was funny. Joke's on them. I live in a stand your ground state. Try something. Then got hold on, what was that? I got to the end of 13, then got absolutely bodied by Cassetti because I couldn't kill him before he started healing everything back. Oh no. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's more of a goofy character off-screen thing. He's not as much of a self-insert as the Commander, but he still is one. Okay. The Commander? Is that from, whatchamacallit? Oh god, what's the series? GFL, Girls Frontline? That is a series that oh, Gray Raven. Okay. Curse of Wonderlab vid randomly trending again. Bro, tell me about it. Every once in a while it'll just happen and people will leave the most just rancid comments. Actually, this comic is stupid and gay and poo-poo. Therefore, I'm glad it's not canon anymore. Like, alright, buddy. You can calm down. We don't even know how much of it isn't canon. People are weird. I have no idea what happened at Wonderlab and found it, and then tried to talk to others in the community about it. Big mistake. Oh yeah, people are weird about Wonderlab. They say as Dante as they them. Yep. It's I don't want to get mired in this discussion, but like, oh my god, guys. Not canon does not mean important to the lore. Yup. Not canon does not equal important to the lore. Still good. It's still a good series to read. Still a good webcomic. God. But it has the woke in it. Therefore, it's doo-doo. Gender-neutral pronouns on Dante, by the way. Sorry, I'm cooked today. I feel that. Anyway, let's stop rambling about Wonderlab. That's a whole conversation. Let's, yeah, I see what you mean, Dragon. Not canon doesn't mean it's not important to the lore. Yeah, that's what I kind of felt you were saying. It's like it's still a thing that you should read because like there was intention there. We will come back to this. We will discuss this later. For now, your force doesn't seem numerous enough to close off all of them. It's true that there are many entry points here, but we don't need need forces guarding every single one of them. Especially here, the hallway is narrow, long, and straight, so makes sense to me. How about here? Are you sure you're not overly focusing your forces to a single checkpoint? Let's see. But on closer look, looks like Commanding Officer Aldous is finally in her environment. Got any questions, Manager Bud? I have no idea what they're talking about, if I'm being honest. Really? I saw you commanding the Sinners earlier. You seem pretty adept at giving orders and making strategic decisions. Indeed, they seem quite adept at making on-the-spot strategic commands and identifying exploitable weaknesses and patterns in their enemies. However, the Doctor and the Outsider are operating on fundamentally different fields. No further elaboration is necessary. That's extremely accurate, yeah. It's the situation of, they're literally talking about the, while we're at it, we're fuck it, we ball, Doctor is grand strategy, yeah. The Doctor operates on a tactical level. Dante operates on a get 'em strategy. Dante would be better in a straight up fight. Doctor is better at like figuring shit out. Agreed. That particular aspect of strategizing is not one of Manager Dante's obligations. Even if there is a chance for them to engage in such elements, it may be too early to do so. Is that so? Indeed. At least that is what Faust has judged. What are they on about? I was about to ask that myself. I don't know. I have no idea. Having finished her discussion with the Doctor over the plan, Aldous returned wearing a grim look. Is there something wrong with the plan? No, there wasn't anything wrong with the plan. I expected a certain degree of competency, but they were impressive, far beyond my expectations. Dante prevents the Sinners from all targeting one dude. Yes, we are the vibe and fuck it we ball flavor of strategy. Yup. Maybe that's why I vibe a lot harder with Limbus Company than Arknights. Because that's my strategy too. Really? That good, huh? Even when I think back to my days in the line of duty, I can't think of too many like them. Right, so they're dependable. Good enough for me. If your strategizing's done, let's get cracking. What of you, Miss Mayers? If it is too much to face what awaits, then you need not follow us. I decided to stay here anyway. The Doctor's going to update you in real time on where the safe zones are, so please keep that communicator close to you. I will. Hey, if Gramps, is there something you would like for us to do? No, it's nothing. If there's something you want to tell him, contact us through the communicator at any time. We're going to find a way to resolve this as peacefully as we can, but if the negotiations break down... Yeah, I know what you mean, Doctor. Be safe, everyone. Leaving Mayers behind with her unfinished sentence. We followed the Rhode Island team into the bridge. The bridge was as gaudily decorated as ever. Fabius, flanked by hooded followers and sea terrors, greeted us with a kindly smile. Welcome. I truly did appreciate thy kindness. Wherefore didst thou seek to harm us? Your suspicions are certainly justified, but I implore you to think back. If you truly believe that we had sought to harm you then, how would you explain that one peaceful night you had spent in Faro Moreto? We, have never wished you any harm. We did not then, and we do not now. Huh? Not even a day after you folks stabbed us in the back like cowards, and you want us to believe that? Our wish has always been the same. We only wish to extend the freedom to roam the seas to those with capable, kind-hearted souls. Mate, we know you were just trying to turn us into sea monsters of some kind. Monster is only a name. The essence of its being changes not regardless of the label given to it. Become one with the sea, become one with the endless cycle of life, and one day your misunderstandings will end, and you will come to understand us. Looks like this fight between us is going to be unavoidable. I pulled out the identity cards the moment I saw Fabius raising his hand. The doctors seemed to have finished their preparations as well, as they and Amia stood opposite Fabius. Incoming! Get ready, everyone! Let's stop them here for good, no matter how long it takes. Their strategic formation prioritized reducing sacrifices to the absolute minimum. Their commands sought to protect, sought to defend, and their forces were quick to follow them. Rhodes Island's operation was certainly impressive, but it's not exactly our style. All I can do is put my faith in the sinners and push them onward. Our style is, trust me to bring you back no matter how many times they cut you down. Let's wipe them out. I love that. I love that. Go get them. Let's kill and be killed. Goes crazy.
너희는 잘해.
Okay.
언제나 그랬듯이.
실패할 수도 있겠지. 언제나
We have our own
그랬듯이.
collection of mooks this time, always fun. Okay, so we do not have hard blood as of yet. So now's a good time to start up with that vibe. Greg can go and scrap with the scary man because he's tanky. Damn, I don't really see much for bleed count on her. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the Fragile shenanigans. We do have bleed count on that one, though. It's been a while since I've really used KK woman, so I'm a little behind. Apologies if I don't fully grasp all of it immediately. We don't want to kill you, just kill the you in you. Exactly. We want to kill your individuality more than anything else. Oh, that's immensely fucked up. Sorry, Dog City Duties call. I'll be back in a bit. Good luck, Ian. I remember this fight got to start the second wave of Suicide Faust exploding.
제압 효과가
Fucking
굉장히
Gene Stealers.
기록적인 피해량인 것
That really is the vibe these guys have. We're gonna get the red running while we're still in a situation to actually do it without AoEing everything.
꽤 나쁘지 않은 공격 방식이었어.
선배는 그걸 한눈에 알아보시는 거군요.
뭐 기본이지.
We're gonna give Greg another turn to hopefully farm up a little bit more sanity. Gotta watch out for cell injection. That's a rough one. God, the soundtrack in this event goes fucking crazy. Also got to say I now realize why you had such a visceral reaction to nervous impairment. Oh yeah, no. I do not care for nervous impairment. Who are the Seaburn and the Church to hate the Inquisition when they both demand homogeneity of their race? Yes, the deep dress it up all pretty, but the result is the same. Yep.
옳다.
Pretty much at the end of the day. I mean, at the end of the day, the Seaborn are pretty fucked up as it stands, so. I had someone, I saw a take on Blue Sky that I immediately laughed at, which was, wow, the Inquisition is, this event is kind of racist, which got me going, huh? They're talking about how, so there's a, I would probably have to go and find it to fully figure it out, but like, it was basically something along the lines of like, the fact that the Inquisition exists the way that, did I not block that? Am I stupid? I might be a little stupid. Oh no, that was it Unbreakable? Probably just stupid, I'll be honest. He has enough hard blood to make this a problem. We're gonna have her jump in front of that. Greg is staggered. I'll talk more about that very silly comment that I saw in just a moment. They're the same people who say Freerin is racist, aren't they? Probably. That wouldn't surprise me. But it was like, I think the issue was that they came to the conclusion that the Inquisition was good, or the Inquisitors are good, when in reality Arknights presents the Inquisitors as a much more negative light. Yes, the one Inquisitor we meet here is pretty chill. And the instance of the fucking, curse from, of the fucking, god damn it. Yes, in this instance, Irene is chill. The Inquisition as an organization is very much so not chill, and is not presented in a positive light in Arknights whatsoever. Their outright, like, ridiculous condemnation of the entire Aegir race is not fucking presented in a positive light. Inquisitors as no, that's the problem. Is I think they were trying to say that the Inquisitors were interpreted as a like a good thing, which I think just is a fundamental misreading of the text. They also took the whole idea of a evil from the sea, a great wave that washed in and destroyed a great ancient civilization as pertaining more to refugees than anything, which is like, I can see it, I don't agree. I don't think that's what they're necessarily interpreting, or necessarily implying in Arknights. They're going more of the, I think it's an easy read to make because Seaborn are very much so based in Lovecraftian, the Seaborn are inherently based in Lovecraftian concepts, and hey, in case you didn't fucking realize, Lovecraft is massively racist, like more than like people always, the argument that I always hear is like, well, Lovecraft was, you know, people were just like that. No, people thought Lovecraft was weird for the time too. No one liked Lovecraft. He was a fucking weirdo. Like, that guy was crazy. It's like the whole Harry Potter and calling the goblins anti-Semitic. Harry Potter has its own issues. That's a whole other discussion. You can make the same case for colonization in the 18th century. Probably. That's kind of the whole thing. It's why I find the argument to be very unnuanced. It kind of just, it reads as someone finding and making a literary comparison that they found to be uncomfortable, and then they weren't necessarily judging anyone for it. It had that vague social media judginess to it, which, you know, I don't fucking care. I ain't give a shit. But it was still just a comment that stuck with me and I thought was entertaining enough to bring it up. Yeah, I don't think... no, I don't think Arknights is racist. In fact, I think Arknights is one of probably the least racist gotchas out there. Because racism is a core, like, point of their story. Like, bigotry is directly discussed significantly in Arknights. As a negative, as a massive negative. I was meaning that specifically not HP as a whole cause. Yeah, it's something else. It's definitely a take. It's a take out of 10.
고귀하게.
No, Blue Sky, you can't side with the Eldritch Horror races just because their enemies are human races. Yeah. And to be fair, this was one individual, not the entirety of Blue Sky making this argument. I think we all pretty universally can agree that that's not a great take.
별로 효과적이지 않은 것 같은데.
Prejudice is a major theme in Arknights, and
부족한 거 있어?
the exclusive point of Rhodes Island is that, yeah, prejudice is fucking awful.
판도는 유리하나 교만하면 뒤집어지는 법.
Alright, let's do...
그래서 어쩌라는 거지?
경계.
We're just gonna jump the Sea Reaper and just kind of kill it, because I think it's gonna be dead after this, pretty much. And the Nether Sea Founder is at 1, so this AoE hit from Dawn should literally just kill it. I say no Blue Sky the same way I say no Twitter. Fair. Same energy. Anyway, ink over, die. Easy.
제압 개체에게 맞는
Oh, that was round 1.
공격이야. 잘했어.
Oh god, the fucking... Oh no, the goop.
당연한 걸 한 것까지.
Alright, that means we power bomb the Nether Sea Founder and then start up. Okay, so we're gonna have to go in hard on that one. And then we'll use the Hand of the Saint after we kill the Nether Sea Founder. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting angle for this event. Just narrative-wise, is how bad both of these organizations are. The Church of the Deep is, Jesus Christ, horrifying. And the Inquisition is also Jesus Christ, horrifying. I think that's a lot of the point of the event, actually. I never started him charging up his super move. I probably should do that. Yeah, that thing almost outrolled me. But no. Take that. Oh god, 5 pings from
여기 걸어다니는
boyfriend.
노다지가 해롱해롱하고
That
있어.
shit was so...
당장 손질하라움.
Sorry, my... My boyfriend tried Burger King for the first time in years, and I got 5 fucking comments about how awful it was. That shit's so ass. He's out here like, that was the worst fucking burger I've ever had. I meant pet Twitter and Blue Sky, but that too, fair. I don't know that I would compare Twitter to Blue Sky, I'll be honest. Or Blue Sky to Twitter in this case. Just purely based off of who owns one or the other. Burger King gave me food poisoning from a hot dog. Yes! Yes! To quote Boyf here. That shit was so ass. Worst burger I've had in a minute. No flavor at all. Fries had no salt at all. Bun was soaked and wet. 2 out of 10. They did at least go light on the ice for my Coke, and it was fast. Damn. Damn. He do be spitting though. He do be spitting though. Oh shit, he's getting scary. Oh no, we didn't replay. Ah shit. Nope, I think that's fine. Sorry if my timer's been going off for a minute. Once this combat is done, I gotta go move the laundry around. Okay, we're probably gonna need an ego to deal with this one. No, we're not, actually. Never mind. I just needed to use a skill that is better than doo-doo, as it turns out. And guess what? AoE's back on the menu, boys. Get him. Actually, you know what, Greg? We're gonna have you start your install. No, we didn't kill the guy. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's okay. The Roomba yearns for impact. I needed to wait until the guy is dead to actually hit the Hand of the Saint.
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마라.
Does it not do any damage? Greg, I thought that did damage.
피날레를 시작하자.
Base doesn't? That's unfortunate. That's really funny, actually. Okay. I learned something today. Toss the room in the trash, just fucking kill him.
타겟 제거 확인.
긍정적인 신호다.
Okay, I'll snip that fucker. Did you edge the Roomba? I guess I did. Same as when Honglu stabs himself. I also have not used that, I have not used that ego, like, at all, so.
점 찍었네.
He just flashed his sword menacingly. He obtained consent for the men to enter his halls. Or his hilt. Wow, the effect of the Roomba going off in the background is really cool. Sorry, I just now noticed that one. Yeah, this music is really good. We did not have like a lot of bleeding set up to cascade there, but it's fine. Haruma got a bit of a buff from Arcanites. How much nerves do you need to actually have it pop? Is it 30? Yeah. Hello. For the land-bound kin. But what if I seriously skullbustered you? Have you considered that? I was gonna say, I think I could use some of the weaker moves here, because I think we mostly just need to conserve the actually good skills for when scary moves come out.
점 찍었네.
Hello, shoddy at her finest. How is the Roomba in Arknights? I've been meaning to ask. I thought you played through it. Yeah, so the Roomba in Arknights just goes down a straight line. And it just cleans a straight line's worth of things. It's useful, it's good. It helps get rid of the fucking crawl, but like it's not super useful. It's not amazing, you know? Did he not? Oh, I think we staggered him. I am working purely on tertiary information. I got to like chapter 2. Ah, okay. Then you will be going through the same experiences as I do when you play through it on screen. Oh, he's cooked. Bro is not making it out of this one.
경계. 그걸 꼭 말로 해야 하나?
This man will not be in Rush Hour 3. Because he is going to be fucking dead. I feel like we'll be able to just kill off the rest of these guys. Oh no! A single bite attack got through. What am I gonna do? Anyway, Death. You let the vampires build up. You're fucked.
회사가 정상으로
보기 드문
돌아갔네.
용장에게
이번
칭찬을
제압은
아낄 이유가
끝이야.
뭐 있는지.
너희들도
Everyone
고생
is yapping. The
많았어.
voices are back. They're in my skull. They're pretty persistent. Oh, it's something I learned the hard way. Enemies' buffs are on use, and I kept slapping the Roomba with my slowest sinners, all the while wondering why are they still buffed. Oh no. Fabius flees again, using the Sea Terrors and his followers as meat shields. Wait, no, I see it now. It's not Fabius who's putting them in harm's way to save himself. The Sea Terrors and cultists are throwing themselves in our way, entirely willing to sacrifice their lives to ensure that Fabius gets away. But for all that, the only place left for him to flee on the ship, wounded and cornered by the sinners and Irene's lamplight, was the decks. Nowhere left to run, Fabius. I understand you can't help but continue to thrash and struggle to live, even knowing that there's no hope. But running will only make your pain worse. That's different. Fabi didn't run to live. A voice echoes from under the dark sky. Oh, hey, it's Mayor's. Uh-oh. I was hitting them with whatever. I wasn't paying attention to. That's fair. Mayers appearing quite different from how she did a moment ago. She approaches Fabius slowly, her expression solemn and mournful. She looks down at him wordlessly. I told you that your methods won't win their understanding, Fabi. Haha, what a shame. I thought those with such wisdom and aptitude would. I hoped you would still be able to realize your ideal here, even after I had left. It will be realized. Fabius may die here, but we will remain. Now it is time. Devour me. What Fabius blurted out threw us off once again, even before we regained our footing from the shock of realizing Mayer's true allegiance. Eat people? Oh, looks like they're about to give us a live demonstration of some gourmet art. I heard it's a pretty common thing in the District 23 backstreets, but I'd rather not see it in person. Hey, I think I'm just gonna look away. That's okay, right? Just what? Doctor, weaker Seaborns willingly let themselves be devoured by stronger ones, thereby sharing their experiences and nutrients with them. This is a commonly accepted practice among them. It is but a behavior that prioritizes survival over all else. This isn't done in any sense of sacrifice. The time is here. Devour me. Set sail toward your ideal. Sorry, Fabi. I've still got some canned food left for me on this ship, and I think I'll delay becoming a Seaborn for a little while. Why? I've found a new destination. I'll gain a new power from there, and then become a Seaborn. So now is not yet the time. If that is your will, O Bishop. Don't worry, your flesh will fatten the bloodkin of the sea. Mayers waves her hand, and sea terrorists climb up to the vessel from the ship and begin tearing Fabius to pieces. Despite the way it looked, Fabius looked exhilarated. Exhilarated? I think that's supposed to be exhilarated. Nary a look of suffering or pain wrinkling his face as they ripped his flesh apart. We turned away from this scene that could not be described as anything else other than cannibalism to look at Mayers. Cult Sit, is she? Don't need to ask questions when the answer lies plainly before you, Doctor. What is happening? Wherefore did young Mayers... It wasn't Fabius. Mayers was the Bishop of the Deep. Not too surprising, I'll be honest. Is that a word, Yehu Smith's words? I'm pretty sure the word that they had written down there was not a word. However, I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, but I could be wrong. Mayers being the main antagonist here is not the most surprising thing in the world, I'll be honest. We had 2 more nodes after this, and presumably we were fighting him as the final boss there, so not the most shocking thing in the world that he turned out to be the bad guy, or that she turned out to be the bad guy, especially given that she had dropped some very odd knowledge bombs and seemed to know a little too much, and she had also never directly interacted with Mr. Chief there, so cool, good spin. She had a lot of flags. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I will return momentarily. I have to go move my laundry around real quick. I'll return in just a moment. Especially for those who played Arknights. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. I am returned. I am by nature a very trusting person. I wanted to trust her, but I know far too much about Warhammer 40k to blindly trust someone who looks like a kid and has been surviving in right beside what amounts to a nest of Tyranids. The city equivalent would be a village with no defenses in the outskirts near the ruins. No shot there on the up and up. Yeah. Yeah, I returned. We're chat. Hi, chat. I'm returned. I am returned. My power is maximum. Behold, my great powerful energy light. Ooh. I don't like that. Oh, one bit. That's not a sentence that I enjoy. Light of the city. Uh-oh. They've played us. Don't despair. We still have the upper hand. We defeated Fabius and his cultists already, and even if they were to summon more sea terrors, we should be able to handle them without much trouble. Hey, Aegir, just what were you thinking the entire time as you deceived us? I had a feeling I knew it was she was going to say to that. She was either going to say that it was for our sake, or that it wasn't a deception at all, or maybe she'll give us one final gloating. But her reply, the words of which were carefully selected after gazing out at the far ocean, was not what any of us could have expected. I'm sorry. I thought this would be the better way to approach you, but I see how it could come across as nothing more than deception. You're sorry? Why? Dante wants to know why you're sorry. Huh? Well, that's because I did something wrong. Wait, hold on. You've been deceiving us all along, Mayers, and now you're gonna... Oi, what exactly are you after? You're after the same thing that the Giza was, ain't that right? Turn us into your bloodkins. That it was all for our sake, giving all kinds of ridiculous excuses, then turn us into one of those monsters. I do hope that you would all one day accept becoming Seaborns. But I'm not about to demand that you let yourselves be transformed today, right here and now. I understand that we all need some time to mentally prepare ourselves. May I understand your statement to be implying that you will not be forcing this upon us should we refuse? That's correct. It'd be against manners to do what Fabius did, shoving sea terror cells inside your body out of nowhere. Manners, huh? Well, I was taken aback by the fact that Mayers was a bishop of the deep. It was also true that Mayers had never tried to bring us harm, unlike Fabius who attacked the sinners directly. While she did almost get us in big trouble with Irene while explaining things to us, it's also true that Mayers had been extremely helpful so far. It was her who led us to the lighthouse, and it was her who stayed in that crumbling lighthouse until the repairs were done as that terrifying night continued to assail its walls. What was your actual relationship to Fabius, anyway? Just someone who also once strove to realize the visions of our ideal worlds. Our goals once converged, but not now. I was pretty taken aback too when they attacked you back at the village. Maybe he got greedy when he saw Faust and Aldous repairing the ship. He got greedy. Fabius believed that welcoming capable people as bloodkin would expedite Seaborn's evolution. Cool. So you're like some cult leader, but you don't necessarily want to antagonize us. You still haven't told us what you're after, though. I'm going to the city that lies beyond the dimensional door. So you're trying to flee to a different world where the Inquisition won't be able to chase you. This isn't running away. I just want to help the people of the city that... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't like that. So, I'm bringing the Seaborns with me to the city. I don't think that's gonna work out for you, ma'am. Hey, I've arrived with the Seaborns. Consider the following. Serum W. Don't tell me you're going to invade the city along with those monsters, then. Then the foghorn suddenly blared and the ship shook as it began to move. Vessel Massas has begun to move. Is this an automated sailing program? The vessel Massas will now sail toward the dimensional door. I'll let Rhodes Island and Irene go right in front of the door, so don't worry. Did you seriously just tell us not to worry? Counterpoint, Doomsday-esque evolution. I don't think it would... Guys, we're talking about the head. The head. Seaborn can and will adapt to the head's hacks. I don't think they'll do it fast enough. Guys. The entirety of Lobotomy Corporation breached. All of it. They had it fixed within months. I don't think the Seaborn are worse than that. But they adapt. I don't think they adapt that well. I'm just being straight up with you. I don't think they adapt that fast. We said, think about how fast they took care of the cuckoos. They had that shit done up in minutes. It would not work out. My question is more, would they actually would they actually, like, make an attempt to fix it? Because we've seen that alternate reality stuff is an odd... It's an odd blind spot for the head. It'll be interesting. Please calm yourself, Dante. It has not yet been determined if that is indeed the dimensional door connecting directly back to the city. They didn't do shit immediately. Plus, the adaptation only occurs when the cells of the things that were affected by the head get consumed by other non-dead Seaborn, right? What if they let those Seabornified cultists in with the head see, like, nah, I ain't human. Nah, I ain't human. It would be one of the interesting things of, like... This is an interesting question, but putting forward the idea that the Seaborn would be an equal match for the head is... I think that's absurd. The bigger question is, would the head act? This is the big question. And moreover, would it even become necessary in this case? Because I'm pretty sure we're going to summon something in there. It's mostly a matter of if the head jumps them immediately. Probably. The warm, shining light and the voice from within is... Oh, no. Why don't we just let them into the city? The battles thus far have done well enough to demonstrate the level of danger the Seaborns pose. However, I doubt they'll get very far even if they were to enter the city, don't you agree? In Hong Yuan, we've all seen what happens when sapient, sentient, non-human entities enter the city. The head will take action the moment they realize their presence. Of course, we must prepare ourselves for repercussions in case they decide to hold Limbus Company responsible once the dust settles. There's the point! Yet it is also very likely that we will fully escape any culpability, as we saw in the memories of the Kong massacre. Your thoughts, Faust? Urban nightmare. However, considering their specific attributes, it will not take long for them to rise to become a star of the city-level threat. And that's the other one. There is a reasonable possibility that they may be issued the Imperitas Civitatis classification. Is that not an acceptable risk? If not the head, they should be manageable by a wing. This isn't that terrible of a calamity. But Kaltsit shook her head resolutely. No. Your technology seems to be based on something else, which is neither Originium Arts nor any of its derived technology. And that is precisely what could make your world vulnerable against Seaborns. Is it because they learn fast? Yes, those on the front lines of the war against Seaborns stubbornly stick to using traditional low-tech weapons. Deploying high-technology weapons against them is only going to make you an enticing meal. Then can't we just let whichever unfortunate wing that ends up fighting these? Do take into account that it may take a significant amount of time to earn their trust. Even if they were to be convinced, there would be other parties with alternative perspectives on the matter, complicating issues. The situation will rapidly grow out of control if backstreet syndicates or fixers get involved, unless the head designates a taboo to prevent it. Even then, considering what she has been saying... Yes, we must consider the possibility that they may be capable of absorbing the head's technology as well before they are expelled out of the city. How do you plan on helping the people of the city, Mayors? By giving them a chance to become Seaborns. What are you on about? Become Seaborns? She ain't all there either, eh? What kind of help is that? Mayors, you know that's no different from what the Church of the Deep is doing here. No, it is different, because someone showered the city with the light. Hey, look, Ayan fucked up again. The light? The beam of light from the White Nights and Dark Days incident. How could it be? Becoming a Seaborn is to become a part of the great will called We Many. By doing so, one can be reborn as an altruistic life form, but at the cost of ego, the sense of self. And that's always been my issue with it. Everyone has beliefs of their own, dreams of their own. It feels too empty to lose all of that when they inevitably lose their sense of selves as they become Seaborns. Look, I want each Seaborn to have their own wishes. But the light shining through the dimensional door to our world is too faint to push them towards that evolution. If only the light of the city could become more tangible, it might be able to give every Seaborn an identity of their own, to remain uniquely themselves. Then why is it that you advocate toward those of the city to join the Seaboards when one can simply learn more of the light before returning here? Ayan's will did not expect a different gacha game. Yep. Yeah, no, I get what she's saying. The big problem with Seaborn is that it basically erases you as a person and turns you into just another mindless member of a hive mind. In which case, you know, that's pretty rough, but, you know, if you add in the stipulation of, hey, you get to still be a person, would be like, hey, that's a spicier deal than one would expect. Yes, it is inherently flawed. Yeah, that's the big thing. Grab a bowl and mix those two. Hive mind and ego, let's see what fucking happens. Nothing good, I assume. At first, I thought all I needed was the clue to a better evolution, but Don Quixote's tales of adventures changed my mind. Mine? Adventures? You don't understand just how precarious you all are. And how would you, when you were born into that kind of world from the very start? A place where life has become a commodity and gold one of its few religions. The city has abandoned its yesterdays to survive today, and by doing so has given up on its tomorrows. Hey, that's a significant line. Just as I needed the light, the city needs Seaborns. It needs their tenacious hold to life, and their absolute unconditional selflessness. But at the end of the day, it still means that everyone has to turn into monsters. People ostracize the other. Something that isn't like me, something that feels alien to me, something I don't know or understand. So that fear is natural, because Seaborns are not human. But you just have to cross that threshold once. Miss Mayers, do you believe the nature of humanity to be evil? Humans are selfish, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Good things can come from selfishness, that's for sure. But the side effects have become simply unsustainable. Doctor, you've been to countless battlefields where Rhodes Island has fought tooth and nail for the rights of the infected. But what came of it? Peace? No, it's the same. But still, we're all still getting better little by little. I'm not trying to derive those small incremental steps and call them meaningless. Change takes time, and should it continue, I believe your efforts can be a beacon of light that will lead humanity towards a brighter future. Towards a brighter future. A 3D future. In Arknight's End Field. Launching next year. But what about everyone who was sacrificed while you're taking your time, taking those incremental steps? Every single day of that incremental change is marred by unjust deaths. Some are enslaved for no other reason than their differences. People live on in that despair that seems to have no end. I agree with what the light told me. People are diseased. They're so sick that even in the far-flung future, even on the day the world ends, they will continue to fail and look forward. They will continue to fail to look forward, obsessed with scrutinizing each other in search of those differences. Oh no! People are diseased! Oh no. We gotta kill her. We gotta kill her. Get her! Get her! These aren't red flags, they're crimson road flares. Even when every Aegir returns to sea, they're still going to bully and hate anyone with pointed ears, labeling them Aegirs. And when Oripathy is truly eradicated, people are still going to suspect and persecute someone as the infected. People are imperfect beings. You're right. There probably isn't anyone out there who can really sacrifice themselves for the sake of others with nothing but perfect selflessness. But not when it comes to Seaborns. They don't suffer from all this absurdity, nor are they coerced to sacrifice against their will. They have the power to progress towards a better future built from mutual understanding. Anyone else hear that ominously tolling bell? Or is it just me?
네가 100만 년 동안 견딘 아픔에 비하면 한 가지는 확실히 내 아픔은 별것도 아니고 피로 씻으면 아니 이렇게 된다는 걸 그 이상의 고통을 겪어야만 해. 넌 내게 있어 전부였던 안젤리카를 나서가 그냥 그렇게 조금만 더 망설여 전부가야 했잖아. 아주 난 이기주의자 멋대로 끊을 수 없는 거라고.
Don't trust her. She's named after a position of power. Several of them actually.
Yeah, I feel like we probably shouldn't trust mayors. Because they're the kind of life form that seeks common ground instead of scrutinizing for differences. The bells. A strange shaped a strangely shaped form shimmers and materializes before mayors. I couldn't quite tell what it was, but it was round, and it looked like a tool. It is possible that she had already met the conditions to effloresce. A possible explanation would be the absence of the particular pool required to draw it out of her, or the insufficiency of it. This isn't anything like the arts. What is happening in front of Miss Mayers? Is our proximity to the dimensional door increasing the potency of influences coming over from the city? Precisely. The connection to Faust returning to normal levels seems to indicate that. Wait, can people in other worlds, I mean, mayors, also manifest ego? Internal conflict and anguish is a commonality among every intelligent entity, regardless of whether they are from the city or not. Therefore, yes, Faust is quite positive on this possibility as well. However, what does that mean? The potential to effloresce an ego implies the potential to distort as well. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on, I didn't read that. You've been dreaming for a long time, Mayers, drawing your own picture of an idealized world. And you have chosen the ocean as the means to building a path toward that vision. Yet, why have you failed to take the leap of faith yourself? I had to make preparations. Seaborns are beautiful, there's no doubt about it. It's just that a key piece was missing to really achieve what I want. You're not being honest with yourself. I know it very well that you are afraid of becoming one of them. The fear that your own creed might crumble, that you might lose your own sense of self, your ego. The fear that you might end up becoming nothing more than just another thing swept up by the ineffably overwhelming will. Isn't it terrifying that this hope can just disappear in a blink? Who is she talking to? Is this something Limbus Company has experience with? If so, I'd appreciate an explanation. She's here in that voice. When that singular faith that one had absolute confidence in breaks in one fell swoop and their ironclad will is shattered, people of the city have the potential to distort into a monstrous form at any time. It is said that these phenomena are often accompanied by the distorting individual hearing a disembodied voice. Indeed, those who distort can oft behave as though they were engaged in a conversation. Of course, the same could be said of for those who awaken ego. At first, I thought it was Kathy, but it wasn't her. The voice was beautiful, comforting, even cozy. The kind of voice that pulls all deep contemplation to sleep, so calm and so warm. No, there is more to the sunshine than its warmth. The sunshine? Oh, he's distorted before it did. Oh, interesting little tidbit of Merceau lore there. You don't share your interests with the other devotees. Survival isn't what you care about. What you really care about is giving everyone a chance to experience what it feels like to live in a world of warmth, ephemeral it may be. Right, we have to be about more than just prolonging our existences. What really matters isn't survival, it's what we leave behind for posterity, our legacy. As long as there's a guarantee that the light can indeed protect the sense of self, it'll be more than enough to convince people to become Seaborns. Please, you don't have to concern yourself with what other people might think, Mayors. But everyone has their own wishes. I can't just bulldoze over theirs to force mine upon them. But that's not what you really believe, is it? You know that better than anyone. While you hesitate, countless people who are bound to the inescapable bridle will continue to suffer. That might be true, but it's okay. You don't have to hide the shape of your heart, its colors. The only thing you have to concern yourself with is how you can leave the people of the city and then Terra. Okay, we can't just sit here and let this happen. Operators to positions. Operator's unable to approach. She's surrounded by a strange field, Doctor. Whenever someone would distort due to reasons other than the monolith, a strange pressure would prevent our approach, as though to stop us from interfering. Looks like that applies here, too. All the way over in another world. Love is our collective destination, after all. So please, let go of this tool that might break your heart. Don't force yourself to walk the path of thorns. Your pilgrimage needn't be that of suffering. No, I... You don't believe in any recourse, do you? Other than this, anyway. Don't you think we should find a better, faster path with less suffering? Before more people inevitably hurt each other with their ill intent? You're right. If there is no recourse, it has to happen faster. I can't waste any more time while people suffer. Follow your wishes, follow your desires, and paint. Let us show them the painting of your world reflected in your eyes. Before the compassion they believe in becomes completely worthless. Oh no. The Mayor's the yearning flotsam. Oh no. I understand the shape of your heart and what makes you want to enter the city. But we still know so little about the Seaborns, about Terra, about Iberia. Whatever may have lit the fire under your feet, I can't bring you with us to the city as you are now. Even before the sinners had the chance to translate my words, Mayor slowly turned in my direction as though she clearly understood my words. But I must, Dante. Your adventures were full of exhilarating tales, and I saw kindness in the every word and action of you and your friends, but that's not enough. You don't think they'll change? No, they will. In the far, far future. An incandescent brilliance burst forth from before Mayors. Past that light, I saw the ocean. The calm sound of gentle lapping, crashing waves, the immense golden brilliance. A portal? Where did it come from? Dungeon of the Fathoms. Oh shit, we have a dungeon? Ah, fuck. A gate that leads into one's heart. The periphery is where LCB department specialty begins. While what lies beyond this periphery does not necessarily warrant Rhodes Island's presence. Can you guys help? I don't know what kind of fathoms I'm walking into, but I have a feeling that we're going to need your assistance. Doctor? Dr. Calcit? We're only here to investigate the dimensional door, but I don't want us to turn our backs on people we can help. Rhodes Island, accept Limbus Company's cooperation request. I'll go too. You're still in Iberia. I can't let Iberian business be handled solely by outsiders, let alone an incident connected to the Church of the Deep. Don't worry. It's not like this is the first time we're letting someone not in our group into a Dungeon of the Fathoms. We'll be fine. More sea terrors. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that sea terrors that were swarming the lighthouse are coming this way as well. I'll call Scotty here. You'll be staying behind then. Hamia will go with you, Doctor. Following Mayors who had already disappeared into the portal. We take our steps into the utopian world beyond. Yeah, that was fucking cool. Seeing Carmen distort someone else from another setting is neat. A little terrifying, too. Jesus Christ. Fantastic character writing, but an absolutely horrible person. Oh, yeah. Not too surprising there. Oh, boy, so we have an entire fucking dungeon. Let's go! Yeah, I guess we go in with the squad. Do we have another Faust that we can replace this with? No, I think she'll be fine at level 50.
라만 차렌들을 뒤엎는다.
News of the war is getting grimmer by the day. The sea terrors are coming, swarming. This is the day when the ocean-born calamity broke and sunk Aegir's seemingly infinite starward growth. Aren't you going to the surface, Mayors? More and more people have been getting too anxious to stay in Aegir. Is that Aegir? Are we finally seeing Aegir? I've missed, like, a single Seaborn event. If the first reveal that we got of Aegir is in fucking Limbus Company, that's crazy. Oh yeah, no, Aegir Mayor's house, that's funny. Huh. I'm not. If Aegir falls, it only means that the surface is soon to follow. Why? Think you'll head for the surface too? I'm thinking about it. While there weren't that many, people around me began to leave for the surface. Ooh, bro, missed one of 3 Abyssal event. Oh no. Dante speaks the language of the heart. As such, anyone that's in tune with their heart can understand Dante. I was about to say it, Blanky beat me to it. Amarat? No. Oh my god, you're right. Holy shit. Look at it. Don't you fucking dare send me that. I'll start crying. I considered some of them to be close acquaintances. They all tried to convince me to leave with them. But fleeing my home in favor of the land didn't feel right. The foretold calamity descended. It dealt a heavy blow to Aegir, but the surface suffered much worse. I had to help them. How could I not, after hearing that such a terrible thing has happened? I think I'll head to the surface. Seriously, the surface? Think hard about it before you go. If you leave now, coming back might no longer be an option. Every day must be a struggle for them. At least I don't have to fear for the immediate tomorrow. So it's my responsibility to provide help, as someone who is better off than them, even by a little. I know, but if I don't go there to help, things will only get much more dangerous for the land dwellers. I think the Aegir just kind of scattered across Terra in general. They sort of just wound up in different places. We have a bunch of them in, a bunch of Aegir and Aegir descendants across, just the Arknights stuff that we've seen. Including a fucking pop band. Maybe that danger is the very thing that'll hurt you. I still think that I have to help them. I procured myself an Aegirian research vessel at a cheap price to bring me to the land. Unable to even submerge itself while moving, this wasn't exactly the best ship out there, and I normally wouldn't even have given it a second look. But I thought it would at least help me navigate the coastal sea. I didn't expect this. The very first thing I witnessed on the surface was the bottomless hostility against the Aegir. They denied my and Aegir's offer for help, for the sole reason that I came from the sea. They denied my compassion, my research. Get lost! We don't need your stupid research. You're from the same place as that calamity, aren't you? Do you really think that we're so stupid that we'd trust you? They confiscated my catalysts and tore my research apart. My wish to stand with them against the calamity was devoured by the hatred born of the same calamity. Any kindness, any compassion I gave them was repaid twofold in hatred and suspicion. Would it be too much of an exaggeration to say that Arknight's geopolitics on the daily is like if we had Kanto 8 Part 3 every other week or so? I could not confirm nor deny. One of the big things about Arknights is the constantly wandering calamities that just cause shit to go really bad all the fucking time. So, like, I guess I wouldn't compare it to Kanto 8 Part 3 all the time. As far as I know, it's not nearly as consistent, but, like, there's some fuck shit that happens in Arknights. Sometimes due to, you know, so, like, the Endbringers from Worm. I don't know what that means, but, it's the kind of thing where every once in a while internal conflicts boil over, and sometimes external stuff happens, and we're just kind of in a constant state of shitfuck. I feel like it's so consistent because it always gets focused on at events. Did the terrible conditions of this land transform them into monsters, or was this always their nature? It wasn't long before the research vessel I brought from Aegir was confiscated out of suspicion. A few weeks later, when I finally came across that vessel by the beach, there was an uncanny name inscribed on its side. Rebellion de las Masas. But none of that was enough to stop me from continuing my research for the sake of the land dwellers. Uber Kaiju with OP powers. Worm is a superhero/villain web novel. It's really good. I think I'd heard of it, actually. Now that you mention it, I think I do remember hearing something about that when I was researching web novels. I went through so many trials and errors to somehow impede the Sea Terror's rapid evolution, to revive the Iberian soil contaminated by the Nether Sea brand. But my work bore barely any fruit, and I let the days slip by as I watched the Inquisition arrest the Aegir one by one. When my Sea Terror samples and research notes came into view, they all looked completely different from one another. Some of them were with fundamentally different physiologies. Even still, nothing stopped them from being us instead of I. And for the first time, I became doubtful of my efforts to interrupt their evolution. Her tales were not entirely fabrications. Mayors is a bishop of the Church of the Deep, so that automatically makes her a sinner in the eyes of the Inquisition, regardless of her reasons. The more I studied them, the more I found them to be such compassionate, altruistic creatures. All they cared about was their survival, without even a hint of selfishness. They're not some evil monsters from the sea. Mayors, I concede that seaborns may not be evil. But it doesn't matter what they are, whether they are kindly life forms or whether they are simply a different form of civilization, it doesn't matter. Because Iberia and her Inquisition does not define seaborns as evil. Seaborns are our enemy. Threats to human existence. I have but one thing to say as an Inquisitor. You, all of you, are my enemy. But it would be a good thing for the Inquisition if I were to leave for the city, wouldn't it? Why would you say that it's a good thing for us to toss our problem into another world? That'll be like abandoning our pride. Unless they, the people of the city, give you permission. As an Inquisitor, I can't let you do that. Yeah, and don't get your hopes up about that either. You can wrap it in a box that says compassion for you, for all you want, but Mayors, your course isn't exactly the direction I'd like to sail in. As the rest of the sinners prepare for battle in silent agreement with Ishmael's stand, Mayors mutters with genuine disappointment. I didn't want to have to do this. Waves. I had no better way to describe the horde of sea terrors crashing into us. But this is the only way it could have ended. Your words are composed entirely of your own color and no one else's. Manager Dante, right? Do speak. We will hold the line and defend this place against the sea terrors rushing in from the rear. So in the meantime, can you take down Mayors and deal with the remaining sea terrors? Absolutely. The manager has responded affirmatively. All operators will be drawing the sea terrors to us. We don't need to take them all down. We just need to act as a wall between the wave and the people of Limbus Company. Irene, I would like to ask for your help as well. As for Amia, please assist Limbus Company, just in case. Okay, then, let the mission begin. Okay, chat has been popping off, and I have not been paying attention because we've been going through... Oh... Good God. Okay, cool. Start with the middle. Okay,
어머, 부탁드려요.
They're super kaiju with OP powers. One enemy is a massive lizard who is insane regen, and one they move, they have an afterimage that is a shit ton of water. There is a floating siren-esque thing. Okay, we're gonna do this.
전투하는 준비야.
A floating siren-esque thing with manipulate technology. The other one is basically a fire elemental that absorbs energy to exert more heat. To my memory, it's been a bit. The Angry Birds were also not evil, but we would still kick them into a dumpster. Oh yeah. Okay, but our Cognito Hazard, you just need to be near the reality she's in, so skill issue, I think. Oh god. This is named like an average Arcanine boss. The head title. Yeah, Carmen is more destructive than the Simmer, which is kind of scary. That's also just how distortions are named in this game. Cromer, Dreamer of Human Wholeness, Dongrang, who denies all, Heat Slips, Heartbroken. Carmen has one fatal weakness, just say no. You don't have to agree with her, you can just say no. Holy shit, free orb to ponder. I should do that about shit I like. Well, say no and mean no, it's true. Or just develop natural voices in your head so you don't notice, Carmen. That was the Ahab strat. The only one who had a name for the distortion that we knew the name of before they distorted that wasn't named like that was... Can I explain the inspiration for the collaboration title? Feel free. While we kill off a bunch of seaborn mooks. I've been paying attention to the background. The background's going kind of crazy.
내 피부에서
敵は風を追っています。
Well, to clean up. And that was more because it was going for a wholly different reference to the corpse palanquin. Oh my god. Yeah, that's rough for you, buddy. Sorry that your, everything got kind of fucked up, Mayors. There seems to be a commotion at the village square. Villagers are surrounding someone with a clear intent to threaten. The evil sorcerer is gone, so why won't this calamity end? Explain. Be honest, you just couldn't stand to watch Iberia thrive, could you? If it weren't for that calamity, we would have... Well, look, please, I'm just here to share some research notes. What? How to fight those sea monsters? Oh, now you're looking to help us. Newsflash, it's too damn late. These scraps of paper won't do anything to help us. The locals firmly believe that the calamity was brought here by Aegers. I can feel the mob turning toward us. The evil sorcerer started the profound silence. He pretended to work for us, but it turned out that he was driven by envy for Iberia's prosperity. Don't try to stop us, outsiders. They came from the sea, just like the sorcerer himself. As they were protesting, the hungry, harrowed look of villagers came into the sinner's eyes. A villager cradling an empty bundle of cloth, a child holding a staff and a hat that was far too large for him. They've all lost a lot, and that void in your heart blinds you. It makes it unbearable to keep your emotions in check. This is how they deal with sorrow. There were no emotions or intent to be found in the great calamity that devoured Iberia whole. So they sharpened their sorrows into wayward wraths against those who came from the sea, just like the calamity itself. Which means someone needs to direct their anger against the rightful foes, right? Irene? Step back, citizen. Even if we were to determine that the Aegir has committed crimes, it falls under the Inquisition's jurisdiction to carry out the consequences. If the Aegir is innocent, do understand that your actions cannot be permitted. It seems that Irene managed to provoke some thought in the mob as they slowly walked away from the Aegir, until they eventually scattered away. Thank you. As you can see, I hail from Aegir. Ever since the profound silence, I devoted myself to studying Seaborns and Nebusi brand to help the land dwellers. I don't know where my colleagues have all gone, but what's the point of this anymore? They don't want my help, so why should I give it to them? He seems crestfallen by his experience in Iberia. I mean, they might not, but there has to be someone who needs your help out here. Who will speak? The Sniper Man. Still succeeded because base 10. Maybe so. Maybe it was just a matter of what they actually want. I should approach this more carefully and possibly find a different research angle. Maybe it should be about trying to find a way to restore the soil from all the salt that destroyed it. Well, if you're headed out to sea, would you take this with you? There are years worth of sea terror research notes. Take them. Maybe you'll find more use for them than I or the land dwellers did. After handing over his research notes, the Aegir walks away with an unburdened expression.
자, 됐냐?
We obtained
저격수한테 이런 거
notes.
시키지
Plus
좀 마라.
10% damage against enemies, deal 1% additional damage for every enemy defeated or part broken during the... Okay, that's cool. Can activate the above effect by breaking the same part repeatedly. Okay, noted. There are sea terrors among enemies. The above effect activates at maximum potential regardless of the conditions. Oh, that's cool. So big mass fights are going to be nice for that.
모델 45-3 충전. 전투 준비
After
완료.
this, do we have a Bakgak or something else? The only thing that I'm aware of for Bakgak things is the whatchamacallit, the rerun of the railway. There, do that there. Things around. Oh, she can't jump in front of anyone. They can get an unblocked bite off. We'll be fine. We're good.
고귀하게.
The line 1 Bakgak. Yeah, that's it. We're also not sure if Canton 9 has been delayed yet. I mean, it might. I would not be surprised. It seems like it took a lot of effort to put together, and this is not a big deal. Rebellion de las Masas is a book which criticizes mass men, average self-satisfied individuals lacking self-improvement and responsibility who take civilization advancement for granted without any effort towards perfection. People who passively consume the benefits of civilization without understanding their origins. Huh. Yeah, so the average city dweller, I guess, would be a good example. We have Warp Bakgak and Line 1 Railway Bakgak, and the start of Evergreen Railways. If Kanto 9 is delayed, then we'll get Railway 6 in another Intervallo. I'd probably prefer it if Kanto 9 would be delayed, honestly. I'd like some extra time to prep some things and get some story beats out before we, I'd like another, another whatchamacallit to happen before we jump into a new Kanto. I also don't want them to be pressured, you know? Our wonderful Project Moon does a very good job at the things that they do, and I would like them to have time to breathe. Again, we will take an unblocked bite.
대가리 딱 떼고.
I still want to know how the founder moves. Does it have legs under that cloak thing? Yeah, it's, in a sense, but I think it's more talking about Mayors. That does track. In the end of this chapter, it sounds like they're going for the delay, but it's not officially stated yet, so I can't be certain. I kind of hope we go for the delay, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we still have another wall up in a railway. I just don't want to jump directly into a Kanto all that quickly. I'd like some more prep time for the next Kanto, even if it is just something pretty light. Oh yes, also I got the, I did get the Ami... Ah, there's an NSC brand tracker, I didn't notice that. I did get the Amiya announcer. I know it's on by default in here, but I did go and buy it just because I wanted PM to have a little bit of kickback from this, you know? Hey, Project Moon, you did good. Here's some cash. Oh no, we have to. Should be fine. Just don't anyone target. She has about 18 voice lines depending on who's on the field when you idle in the chaining phase. That's awesome. And one of them is worrying. Uh-oh. Oh no, Don! Don't kill it! That's at least 6 weeks. Assuming no normal banner week, which we might. Not to mention Mass Men kind of links to the hive, like mind of the Seaborn. True, true. I didn't think about that. There's at least one for each Sinners, and here's one of the two for Outis. One moment. Yeah, multiple. Uh-oh. Jump the little guys. Outis, what? What are these emotions, these memories? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's emotionally reading the Sinners, and she's completely overwhelmed by what Outis is keeping inside. Oh, no. Yeah, no, Ami announcer's real. That's pretty fucking cool, I'll be honest. Makes me excited for if we get any other kind of crossovers. I wonder what other series would be, like, viable for it. You feel your thoughts saying this is, huh? An intense love for mint-flavored coffee? Key song, bro. Come on. Alright, now we just jump all three of the remaining goobers and call it a day. Begin the shitter removal system. Lock in, Yi-song, we're in combat! Oh, sure. So many thoughts, I'm feeling dizzy. Yeah, that's an appropriate one. Oh, so she taps into the fucking, So we heard you like Nethersea. I don't like Nethersea, that's the funny thing. It's funny you mentioned that. I fucking don't. The moment when AoE is actually quite nice. Faust is being perpetually backseated in combat. Oh no, the brand is here. Anyway. This is why Mouse is the strongest Faust. She turned off the Wi-Fi, confirmed. That's funny. The Wi-Fi deactivated. Your indefatigable will, Don Quixote, reminds me of a certain operator back at Rhodes Island. I wonder who's... That could be so many fucking characters. That is a wide pastiche. I would need a list in front of me and to be more familiar. Oh, that's a voice actor reference? Oh, that's cute. Some of y'all motherfuckers is moving too fast. I love that I could just throw Greg in front of the fucking Nethersea founder and be fine. So your thoughts are so hard to explain. So your only wish is to accept. Ooh, Mersolor, we love it. Sorry if my voice is a little scratchy. I did spend all day yesterday voice acting and then did a lot of vocal reading afterwards. So like, voice might be a little tired. I'm definitely taking tomorrow off stream. Yeah, we may see him relapse into a distortion, because that's possible. Oh boy, now we have two goobers to deal with. How many dudes are here? 20! Yeesh! We may just jump into these founders and just fucking get rid of them. Damn it, no triple dip. He is not inspired by chilies, he is not a triple dipper. Keeps is wild? Oh no. Leaving the Project Moon to leave some, like, crazy lore tidbits in a fucking announcer pack. Hey, Cliff, I know you're frustrated, but please don't roll up your sleeves to a bunch of coworkers.
このまま行けば
I can
敵
feel
を
that your
食い
heart
止めら
swells
れま
with
す
love, but for whom? I don't know. Oof. My poor boy. Damn, there are so many fucking Nether Sea Founders out here right now. We're fine. I'm really tempted to just kill all the Nether Sea Founders and move on. Meaning even in another, even reading the Heathcliff's thoughts and being from another world, another reality, even she can't comprehend who Kathy is. She is very gone. Kathy got deleted from world she didn't even exist in. Golden mouse are fucking creepy, it turns out. Alright, well, definitely not jumping them this time. I'm just tired of dealing with the fuckers. Rhodia, your heart is like cold ice from time to time. Oh no, my girl.
優れた式ですね
Alright. Listen here, fuckers. Do we have both of our AoE things? Kill him. I don't give a shit if we wake up Goober. We'll fucking kill him too. I'm sick as shit. It might look like you're doing things in half measure better, but you're more serious than anyone who's doing it. Crazy weekend full of sadness, so many painful memories. You lived a hard life. Oh yeah. More brand! You know what we need? We need more brand. Who likes brand? More advertisements, more brand. Nether Sea brand. This is the equivalent of when in Arknights you just kind of let the Nether Sea brand exist and slap someone on it that can like tank it.
最善の選択だったはずです
It's about all the interesting ones. Some like Ishmael and Sinclair only reinforce surface level things. Yeah, things that we're probably already aware of. Alright, motherfucker. Maybe some AoE going on. Hey look, another founder. Oh, my fucking favorite. Let's go, guys. This combat was so fucking hilarious. And now we've got this fucker out here with Frenzy. Dawn, do it up. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. What is this fucking thing? Why is this coin ridiculous? Ah, 2 coin, 2 final. Got it. In that case. Now I want to kill all the Nether Sea Founders before I hit the Roomba. But not trash get a much bigger buff from Brand. Yeah. Yeah, we'll hit the Roomba at start of combat next turn.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요.
I just hope we can kill all the fucking Founders first. That is a lot of nervous impairment, holy shit. Oh yeah, that's right, this one doesn't have the fucking AoE buff yet. Yeah, they're already extremely high nervous impairment stacking gets even better because it's on there. Of course it does. Yup. No, this is definitely reinforcing my fucking eternal hatred for Nether Sea Brand. I do not like my brand deals. Please stop. Alright, we're fucking hitting them. No, we're not hitting the Roomba, actually. I think we're fine. God damn. No, we're not lying. These fuckers get scary.
대가리 딱 떼도.
I'm just hoping we get the fucking artillery guy I got. We may still really suffer from the amount of vanity shitter bullshit that he's gonna do just with those 3 unbreakables. Hope the stun isn't instantaneous at the very least. God damn, they still alive! I want to kill them before these fucking guys. 1 health from Stagger. Welcome to hell. Oh my god, they're still fucking alive. Holy shit. Alright, cool. The 20% ring sang fail. My eternal struggle. They're definitely gonna get it back. One of these guys is gonna die this turn. But at least we get rid of their buffs for this turn. Although it doesn't deploy it immediately. No, it's not up for the rest of this combat at the very least. We'll have to give it 2 turns to just exist for a little bit, but I think we should be able to just kill all of them before it becomes an issue. Besides, we have serious Skullbuster. Busted ass move. Immediately applied to the effects of a timing, meaning they're always checking for status. Okay. The skewers didn't have unbreakable there. Okay. I think we can just kill them off. I think we're good. Die, Nether Sea! I hope I Nether See you again, bitch! The end boss of the dungeon. I exclusively do Nether Sea, Brad, fucker! Waiting for that dude's mechanic.
Mission accomplished.
I have been told this is going to be brutal at the end here, so looking forward to it. There's a long line of people waiting outside a rundown building. Inside, people in hoods are distributing something to the visitors. I thank the ocean's blessing. Uh-oh. No, we only wish to help you sate your hunger, even a little. We haven't seen you around here. Clearly, you've traveled far to get here. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, everyone. Please understand, they're new here. People in hoods dragged us inside. It's not much, but this should hopefully be able to sate your hunger. Dried fish, huh? Amiya and Irene called them fin beasts. Yeah, let's not eat these. Get him, Guncliff. Easy. We're so glad you enjoyed the food, but did you actually eat it, or? Heathcliff replies calmly, while the flavor was certainly unique, we did like it. At that, they seemed to withdraw their suspicion and turned away. Glad to hear it. Please come back anytime and we'll share some more. Without any reason to stay, we left the building. Felt a little prick on the back of my head as though the hooded people were staring at us as we walked away, but we managed to quicken our pace and disappear.
자, 됐냐? 저격수한테 이런
Oh
거
good, sea
시키지
terror
좀
jerky.
마라.
Yum yum. Not as bad as the night IMO for this fight. Okay. Yeah, me when I shoot the jerky. Pull! At the center of what appears to be an arc symbolizing the city. At the center of that brilliant golden light must be bears. Let's take a quick break here. Are you alright, Doctor? I just need to take a quick breather. You should probably work on your cardio, or Miss Amiya might have to piggyback you around. Yeah, well, once we get back, I'll start working out like Kalsa suggested. Executive Manager, if it ever comes to it, you may trust me with the piggybacking. I'm good. Perhaps being in close proximity to Mayor's vision of utopia at the center of the light did something. Seaboards near us only gave us a passing glance without attacking us. Something about the way they looked at us felt like they were concerned about us. The sinners couldn't help but look away with a funny feeling. It's much less of a puzzle fight, but even after the nerf, it wasn't a nerf for hard. There's still a part that's very badly telegraphed and can cause a lot of fucking anguish. Oh god. I feel sorrow, regret. Maybe these feelings are denials of all those times that she spent agonizing over this. Can we really bring back Miss Mayers? We'll help her return. That's all we're here to do, after all. Alright, let's rest up for a bit before moving on. Hey, max HP. Hey, it's the symbol. It's the Arknights. That's cute.
불로 청화하고
Here we go!
깨끗한
I like how the
세계를
arc isn't
세우라.
fully constructed yet, showing that this isn't fully thought through. Also like the reference to Ark given the flood nature of the profound silence. I just hung a bungader. Yeah. Mayor's despair. Jesus, what a fucking entity. The repulsiveness of people's ill intent. And the faint light from around found within. All kinds of emotions and memories rise to the surface of Amiya's fathoms and sink again. Amiya's fathoms, what? Those same thoughts seep into me as well, unfiltered. The sins that people have committed won't just go away. Humanity's ill intent will propagate unimpeded too. But the tides that Miss Mayers is trying to summon to douse it will devour humanity, their civilization, and the city they came from. So, I don't think that's the right way to go. Not as long as Dante and the people of Limbus Company refuse. This isn't like the time I retrieved the ego. In place of the light, a speck of darkness casts a shadow. A strange power courses through me before radiating towards the sinners. All sinners gain emotional connection for the duration of this encounter.
囚人の皆さんの状態が
Okay, wow, I like it. No Millie song? That's fucked up. Joking, of course. The Impatient Ego's Byway. This attack does not deal damage against targets. Gain 100 Abyssal Vitality. Consumed when using certain skills. Every time this effect is consumed, heal SP on self by the amount consumed. Ew, gross. Way to just casually boost her SP gain. Jesus Christ. Okay, Phototaxic Procession. Take less damage from burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, and sinking. 90% reduced damage, so basically nothing. And then at turn start, gain 10 protection. At the turn end, consume Abyssal Vitality to summon Sea Terror Horde. If there are fewer than 3 Shell Sea Runners or Deep Sea Sliders on the battlefield, randomly summon either of those units until there are a sum of 3 of them next turn. Consume number of summoned units times 4 Abyssal Vitality. If a Founder isn't on the battlefield, consume 8 Vitality. If a Spewer isn't on the battlefield, consume 12 Abyssal Vitality. And if a Reaper isn't on the battlefield, consume 20 Vitality. Every time a Sea Terror unit, this unit summoned is killed, take fixed HP damage equal to this unit's max HP. at lower than half HP immediately ends combat phase and gains a new pattern. Disable the... Oh, okay. So once we get her to half, we move into an action... The fighting with her, presumably. This is the horde phase at the start. So she no longer has the summon hordes thing. She gains 100 vitality, and when gaining this passive or whenever recovering from stagger, gains shield equal to the amount of HP lost. After gaining shield, activate the effects of Indelible Compassion. It does not lose shield at turn end, limited by damage of certain effects. When the shield breaks due to getting hit, becomes staggered and gain 5 fragile. When becoming staggered due to raise stagger threshold, gain 5 fragile until next turn. Okay, so you can actually... You can tremor this bitch. Fragile gain due to this buff's effects do not stack. Shield HP can stack, however. When this effect is active, the shield HP cannot be more than half of the shielded unit's max HP. This effect counts as a shield management effect, replacing gaining a different shield management effect. Okay. Interesting. When gaining this, apply 5. Ew! Ew! Free nervous impairment! Gain fragile equal to double the number of times before the compassion they believe it loses its worth was used during this encounter. Okay. Presumably a nuke. After gaining a new pattern, reduce this unit's skill slots by the number of staggered enemies every turn. Okay. By 6 max, does not apply to turns when this unit uses a powerful skill. When on top of Nether Sea Brand, gain final power +3 and coin power +3. So fuck Nether Sea Brand. Got it. Jesus. And double the amount of... Yeah. Coaxing Kins when hitting a sea base and Reaper with this unit skill converted from sand. Oh, no, she can turn on Reapers. Oh, and there's a log. Ooh, I'll read that later. The nerf was putting a hint on Nether Sea Brand Utopia. That wasn't the problem. Oh, no. Okay, what is our emotional connection? On hit against enemies, 50 divided by the number of coins % chance to gain 1 ego resource corresponding to the used skill's affinity. When an enemy dies after an allied unit's skill attack ends, gain 2 least owned ego resources. We will get to the problem later. Noted. In an encounter, gain 1 ego resource in each affinity consumed when using the following ego skills to... Okay. The special ones. Got it. Speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and get Greg started here. And then use skill ones pretty much exclusively. This makes Gregor able to freely set up his men. We'd love to see it. Can someone throw some bleed count on them, please?
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마.
Do not fear the absence of brilliance. All bleed potency, no bleed count. He's gonna do this once, and then all of it's gonna fall off. Alright, he has begun inserting men. And now she's targeting as the most current HP. Okay, so now she has 3 new moves. Prioritizes allies. Among them, prioritize allies with the least current HP. When targeting allies, deals 0 damage. Okay, class power +1 for every 3, sinking on target. When target dies, heal. When targeting allies, heal. Okay. Targeting ally, apply 1 defense level up this turn and next turn for every 4 abyssal vitality consumed to summon the target. When striking an enemy, gain 3 sinking and 2 nervous impairment. Okay. And this is just the offense level up equivalent. New passive as well near the bottom. I'm not seeing any passive. There's the turn on Sea Reapers, which I think we can just jump in front of the move. Under the Utopia. That one? Coaxing Kins? That was there already. Yeah, it was there. so if we jump in front of these, we should be able to cancel them because they're not, whatchamacallit, skills. They're not, unbreakable, so if we manage to actually break the coins, we should be fine. We can let the bites go through. I'll be fully honest with you. I am unafraid of the bites. I am unbothered by the munchies. This music fucks, by the way. She popped the Reaper turn too? Oh god. That's rough, buddy. Bink, bonk, bop. Staggered, so next hit'll deal with it. Gonna use some of the wrath while we fucking can. Ow. As always, I hate nervous impairment.
완성되었나?
Yeah, our main goal here is to not take out the founder as much as possible, because the whole mechanic with the founder, because she basically resummons up the enemy as soon as you kill it, means that the founder just gets to keep coming back forever. So if you kill the founder, it just stands back up. Hopeless. What the fuck did... Okay, noted. Don't go on that one. Really? Greg, how you doing? Killing the founder is worth about double the trash mobs. Yes, but we're also not rushing. We have no reason to keep going. We have no reason to do this quickly. Is this the one that gains attack weight? I know she has one of these that gains attack weight. I think we're fine. Holy shit, don't tell Philip Sinclair. Are we jumping down? No. We need to... Oh shit, why is that shit hopeless? Hello? Who are... No, I was gonna say, that one doesn't have anyone going on it. Okay.
Up.
Yeah, for the majority of this fight, we kind of just need to whittle them down. And this, in my opinion, the spitters are kind of the primary target here. Because while dangerous, they do generate, they do eat a lot of her passive. Oh my god, okay. With Deep Blue Charity, base power +1 for every 3 nervous impairment on the main target. When targeting allies, deals 0 damage. Can clash with this target skill regardless of speed. On clash, lose, gain 3 power down and 3 paralyzed. Deal 80% less damage, and damage dealt by this skill cannot stagger the target. Have the amount of nervous impairment inflicted by the skill, and does not inflict sinking or sinking count. Have the amount of missile vitality gained from the skill. Ooh, so she can refresh her vitality. And she generates another C-brand. Okay. At the start of the next turn, which means first hit of next turn needs to be getting rid of another C-brand. Target an ally, heal 10% of their HP. Yeah, and that'll probably wake up the Reaper. In which case, it means it's time to go the fuck off, King. I'm listening to Hammer on the side, and while I love the music of this fight regardless, this shit fucking peaks. Hell yeah. Do we have a light slap for, oh, there we go. Since he's gonna wake up anyway, we might as well just beat his ass. I'm gonna activate my special maneuver! Fucking get him! Don't scroll the camera down, you will drown. Also, I need to jump in front of these guys, actually. Boop. Boop. There we go. Wait, when did they fix it? No! Alright, let's go.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Although it said you can clash with this regardless of speed, and it's at speed 1.
실밥이 터져.
Ah!
산초류 경혈 온.
Anyway, wake up, fucker!
끝을 낼 시간이.
適した攻撃でなくとも最善な選択だったはずです。
으타! 더 먹어치워라.
もっと効果的な方法が。
Boop. Bop.
개인적으로
35, fucker. Croak also had an issue with the scaling of Sinner's fucked up, and Gregor was extremely 5'11". Oh no. Do it up, Gregor! Do the thing!
이 명예는 이 영광은
Say the line.
이빨이지.
Won't be tarnished. God damn!
これがリンバスカンパニーの戦闘。私も
So this is Limbus Company's unique battle strategy. God damn!
敵は深手を負っています。
Oh good, be staggered, fucker. Greg, begin inserting the men once again. Yeesh! Sheesh! Alright, we're gonna not jump in front of those. I'm just gonna... Fine, you can have your buffs, bitch. That's right, I just realized you didn't equip, Ish with her, funny one. Oh well.
죄인인가?
I just remembered that we're out here. Wrong fight. Yeah, we didn't give her the Scotty buff
ドクター
because
の
it's
よう
cheaper.
優れた式ですね。
All I want to know is where's the last night? Real? Well, all I want to know is where's the last night? He's killing the sea. Raggy.
効果的な攻撃でした。
Love her for that. That's our girl. Let's fucking go. Fish don't give a fuck. Oh, ooh, I don't like that, actually. I do not like that it just got 5 offense level up. That is not good. Gregory's getting fucking jumped. Yeesh. Sheesh. It's fine, it's fine. She'll win. Nah, she'll win. No, the Seaborn one and on a scabbard. I hear you're inviting men into that scabbard of yours. Ah, terrifying tentacle creatures invited.
갑니다.
Truly, he does not make enough money at this fucking job. Only on Tuesdays. Dig dig. So that does actually put kind of a ticking timer on this now that I think about it. The whole fact that she can regen her own up. Get bled, bitch.
40.
Ink time.
먹지.
Unbreakable these fucking nuts. Oh my god. Bro, girl. The orb! You've aged a lot since the last time we met, Fabby. Is this a characteristic of your sub-race? You haven't aged a day. So, what brings you to the Church of the Deep? Seaborns are indispensable in our preparation for the impending duel. Nothing else can ensure the survival of humanity. The impending what? Thus, it would only be right for me to join hands with those who are able and willing to become Seaborns, to search for a way to prolong our existences. You're looking to use the knowledge of the wise and the talented as nourishment for Seaborns. But that won't do anything more than prolong our existences. But is survival alone not enough? I thought a bishop of the church would share a majority of that belief with me. Fabby, you and I both have put our faith in the Seaborns, but the word faith might mean something different for you than it does to me. Seaborns shouldn't be our object of worship. We have to stand on equal ground as them, and set our eyes on their natures. Please, step aside. Depression, desperation, sadness, sympathy. Mayor's emotions gush upward, carried by bubbles. Terra, a land in which the hatred for the different has entrenched itself. The city, a place in which people crushed by the trials of life have surrendered to its absurdities. They both need the Seaborns, perfected beneath the light. That is but your wish, Miss Mayers. Faust does not believe them to be necessary elements for the city. Even in the city, there are people who are searching for reasons to live on, dreaming of a better world. We all know that it can't possibly be easy to change, but there has to be some kind of worth, value in that process alone, and the lives we lead within the city. What worth could there be to a life of the unkind? The kind of life humanity is doomed to exist in, where all we ever do is hurt and hate one another. Listen, efficient order, natural altruism, they're both humanities should never lose sight of. But there's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life. Survival is the right of all civilization, which means that it should never be up to others to define the worth of life, to argue for it. But what if there's no other way? Can you even understand what I'm saying? Some time had passed since I made Faro Muerto my home. Unlike my prediction, the Seaborn's evolution seemed to have lost its explosive progress, and Fabius seemed to be content just observing their slow development. Maybe it's because they're directionless, without a specific wish. Even still, Seaborns were the key to changing Terra, the land. To stand against the incoming calamity, we needed their survivability and adaptability. They keep referencing an incoming calamity, and that makes me scared. And the humanity that has turned exhaustion into ill intent needed the Seaborn's blind, selfless altruism toward their own. So while I never stopped my studies, something small but sharp continued to stab at my frustrated heart. Stultified and unable to be resolved. If we were to lose our sense of selves and creed, assimilated into the stagnated great will, for the sake of survival, civilization had to be no more. for the sake of us, I had to be no more. That realization of that paradox made the first crack in my confidence that Seaborns were the answer to the problem Iberia, the land, and humanity faced, and through the cracks the seeds of doubt were sown. But I'd already come too far to find a path more beautiful than the Seaborns. No more wasting time with these stupid ruminations. There has to be a way, some kind of conditions Seaborns need to fulfill to retain their sense of selves, to retain their individual hopes and wishes. I stood adrift atop the inundation of years I dedicated to this purpose, holding on to this precious hope, and steeled my shaking heart. And that was the easy part. There are no better solutions. Don't look away from the answer that lies right in front of me. All I need to do is to find a way for the Seaborns to hope and wish, to have them each carry a sense of self. I just had to repeat that to myself like a mantra again and again. But my drifting days came to an end when I found a new path, illuminated by the strange light from across the sea. On that day, yes, the day when that faint blue light shone, a whisper visited me. I hate that! Oh, I hate that! Who's there? Whose voice is... What? The answer, sought through the eons by people I didn't recognize, played over and over in my ears. The voice that spoke it was muffled but warm and beautiful. The light of the city. The hearts that were lost, the emotions that were forgotten, the sense of self that... No, that's enough of that, but I'd like to hear more about the light. The light that has sprouted from the 10 virtue... So remember what I said about the carbon star theory? Yeah! And the image those words drew in my mind was clearer and more beautiful than ever. That line right there, for what the human concepts are. We have Carmen's the 10 virtue. It casually drops a little bit of spice in there, a little bit of zest. Terra, the city, they've both failed to find a way out of this bridle. If they're going to be satisfied with living on as they are, then you can't see what you can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then even if you may be lost in the ideals, you have to keep walking. Survival, worth of life. As I've never been too certain about either of those complicated ideas, I had no unflinching creed with which to convince her. Which reasonably could mean that there are 10 sins as well, since we're also assigning sins to each department. Yup. Which would be the Qliphotn in that case. The inversion of the Tree of Life. That's not to say that the city has no need of the altruistic nature Mayors wants to bring there. That's not to say that I have a better answer than the combination of Seaborns and the light. Even still, the emotions, the regrets... I can ramble about the Qliphotn later if you want. Another time, most likely. Even still, the emotions, the regrets, the conversations I found and collected over this journey alongside the sinners became my answer, and I tick on. Honestly, I don't really know the city all that well either. My memory only goes back a year, and for what is practically my entire existence, I've been surrounded by the sinners and our adventure. Still, I want to keep trying. You're right, the city is an absurd, vicious place. Something new and horrible surprising me every other day, but... Mayors, that light you spoke of? I don't think that's what protects the ego, the sense of self. To protect it, you have to look unflinchingly both ways. The path that lies ahead and the one that you've walked. Then you confront them both. That can't be right. The light, it has to. You're just working based on what you've heard about the city and that light, ain't that right? How can you be so confident that the light will be able to protect the Seaborn sense of selves? Ain't that just what you want to believe? I think it's a distinct possibility. Even if the light can do what you hope it does, Mayors, it won't change anything. turning our nature's kind by transforming us into seaborns. A convenient method like that isn't our path. Because the sense of self protected like that, the kind nature attained like that, wouldn't be our own. It'd be yours, Mayors. Protecting your own sense of self while being compassionate and kind, it's a path of unbearable suffering. We might fail some days despite our best efforts. Some days we'll be forced to confront the sins of our own past and suffer. Verily, not one of us as we are now may see the culmination of that path. Yet I can hardly find it within myself to simply leave it all in thy hands without so much as trying. For saying that seaborns can't be the answer I've always sought, it doesn't make much sense if you think about it, Theos. Those sea monsters don't even know what self means. That's why they show no hesitation before sacrifice. If you were to introduce the sense of self to those sea monsters, that selflessness you want will be no more. Yeah, this plan is ultimately kind of foolish, which is why it's a distortion. Introducing the concept of I into an eyeless situation like this, one that is just we, immediately breaks that perfect we, that perfect sense of selflessness, because you've introduced the self into it. I'll catch up on chat in a second. Y'all are going off. She's a seaborn-shaped distortion who is not a seaborn, an endlessly anguished, contemplating distortion. If Mayors' wish is to achieve an altruistic world, then her desire has to be that she doesn't want her efforts to become meaningless. Seaborns may be the perfect answer for some people. A recent example, Fabius. It seems clear to me that was precisely his wish. But that doesn't seem to align with yours. Find a new answer, Miss Mayors. For telling me I have to go back to wandering for so much time again, in search of that new answer? You won't be alone on that path. Walk it together, relying on one another. And it won't feel as long. Trying to carry such a heavy burden all by yourself, Miss Mayors, it's such a prideful thing to do. No, but half of these are in. Okay. I'm assuming we're in phase 2, and this is the one with the, Alright, let me catch up with chat. White and black, some eggs have had them, like the Knight of Despair's egg being madness, but then what's the 10th for each? Looking at the similarities between Aeon and Roland, we can make some guesses. My assertion that Keter said is agony, and that its virtue is related to mercy. To endure the unbecoming of yourself due to sin, and to absolve the sins of others towards your progress. I think the 10th of both sin and virtue would be a combo of all 9 respectively, similar to Keter being unity of everything. That's why I'm saying it's agony and mercy. Agony is the pain endured by every sin, while mercy is the absolution of said sin. The reason I use agony specifically is due to the reception of the Black Silence. It's the final phase's counter page. Interesting. So we just get stacks and stacks of nervous impairment here, and surely all of her skills won't have unbreakable coins that inflict nervous impairment, right? Hey, look at that. Coin power +1 for every 3 nervous impairment on the main target. Consume up to 10 abyssal vitality to gain half of consumed stacks as offense level up. When Clash loses, does not gain offense level up. And then on hit without cracking, inflict 3 sinking and +2 sinking count. But it also inflicts 6 nervous impairment because fuck me. Please don't also inflict nervous impairment. Oh, of course it does. Of course it does. Great, thank you. Thank you, Project Moon. Very silly. Why are we universally hopeless against this bitch? What the fuck? Welcome to sustain phase. Got it. Gregor isn't finished letting the men into his hole yet, or into his scabbard. Why does literally everything just like completely stomp? What the fuck? she's gonna gain a whole shitload of shield here. Yeah, it certainly fucking seems like there's a reason this fight gives you an ego spam buff. Jesus Christ. Oh, she does have sanity. Get fluid sacked, fool.
と肌干しけな。
サンタさんの特権とても効果的でした。
He does have sanity, but she reflects in your experience. Everything she does spends vitality. Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. Not the blast. As brutal as this fight is, I would still rather do this fight in Limbus Company than Arcnights. This bitch would be fucking insane in Arcnights.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
Tremor Burst.
40 먹지.
The orb. We are all getting far too much fucking nervous impairment. Tides carry away the windows to Mayor's past, soon devouring them beyond vision. It's almost as if Mayor's in the dungeon of the fathoms, though the ocean itself is fusing into one. A majority of distortions encountered by the bus team have assumed a form generally recognized as an organic entity. However, there's nothing preventing a distortion's form from breaking that boundary and taking a different shape, as it may vary by the individual's desires. If his distortion is allowed to exacerbate undeterred, it may eventually corrode this very space in which we stand. As we were taking some time to catch our breaths, a few small machines tumbled to the ground, shot from one of the trembling fathoms. It must be one of those mysterious machines in Mayor's home we saw when we peered into our memories. The machines continued to whir loudly as though the waves broke. We saw that there were various apparatus attached to the sockets on their side. Expensive they appear, yet how numerous they are. Well, you know, maybe she's similar to one of those fixer fellas who was always hell-bent on picking up every new cutting-edge workshop tech. It says a little handy down here. This has an oddly similar structure to the hand of the saint the Inquisitor brought. Then shall this fantastically wonderful machine be of assistance in our battles? Rhodes Island already seems to have their hands full holding the line against the tide of seafarers. Should probably just take one and leave the rest to help them out. After a quick discussion with the sinners, we decided to just take one of the machines. Display these, gain max HP and HP healing boost, enhances the effect of the Hand of the Saint. Effects against stagger, gain an effect that counteracts the medicine blend influence of sinners, gain temporary power boost. I would probably do the stagger one, but go ahead and elaborate on exactly what each of these do. We haven't really seen the Nethersea brand show up yet, so I'm not too scared, I'll be honest, of the Nethersea brand. The stagger one protection from the stagger of nervous impairment 1 time per sinner. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Probably won't need much more than that. We could probably just kind of punch the shit out of her. Tap into the power of Unga. The HP one is 30% max HP and 40% heal. We'll just take the stagger one. Incremental motion firm will detected, activating blockade command. I don't really understand how it works, but that sure sounds helpful.
リンバスカンパニーの皆さんとご一緒できて本当に嬉しいです。
The Hand of the Saint one causes it to roll the turn after it pops, allowing near 100% uptime. That'd be useful if I saw the brand anywhere, but I haven't spotted the Nethersea brand showing up at all. There's no effect that I've noticed that caused it to pop. what the fuck is going on with Dawn? You good, girl?
어떤 말도 할 수 없어.
Why is Dawn clashing like actual dog shit right now? Hello? Why is it universally hopeless for her? Alright, Greg. Unleash your men! Oh, bleed for coin power? That'll do it. Or was it a rhetorical question? Man, I don't fucking know. I'm just talking. I have an answer, but you're not gonna like it. No bleed, I'm assuming. Because it's empowered S2? Ah. I mean, also her S1 doesn't fucking do anything, so... Regardless, it's not doing anything, so... Clash is lower on average than unempowered S2. Yeah, but my S1 is also not doing anything. Like... We're gonna just go with the ego spam option.
고귀하게.
Fight is such a slog. Yeah, it seems like definitely a long form fight. Oh, its fish is a fucking 20 standing too.
그만산에 집중해.
Oh. No heads for you.
이 검은, 이 명예는,
Greg.
이 영광은
There we go.
이빨이지 않을 테니.
Now we can once again begin inserting the men. I heard that stagger on someone. I don't know who it was. The 30 SP ego is versus blue attack heads. That doesn't surprise me.
우산이 세진을 모르겠소.
Which is ironic considering that we're getting splashed with water literally every attack. It's a literally impossible heads fairy feast-ish. Oh boy, mass attack when we have a bunch of staggered people. My favorite. Is this not the one we already saw? Am I crazy? This is the vitality refresh. No, it's this one. It's essentially the same thing, just with slightly better coins. This is the problem. There's an after attack in there? What? Yeah, the gain 100 missile vitality. Oh, it ends this turn! Oh my god, hello? Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, and it makes Nether Seed Brand. Neat. Okay, cool. Wow, I hate this. It's also unbreakable too. That's epic. Oh, that's so good. I love it. I'm so fucking glad to be here. Oh, good. Everyone that can do a thing is counter or fucking defend. My favorite. Word finished this fight before I finished the base ID Honglu solo of this boss.
종원, 조명이 전멸하는 저곳으로. 파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술
Wave
거다.
time. Get him. I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat this boss in like 30 fucking hours. People weren't realizing the brand was ever set up because it's buried so deep in the skill. Seaborn lost. It's like Paradise Lost. No, she's doing the thing!
リンバスカンパニーの皆さんとご一緒できて
승리로 이끌.
本当に嬉しいです。
Alright, well now everyone else is staggered. Fuck me. Jesus fucking Christ. Why is Dawn actually fucking sandbagging on me right now? Hello? Alright, everyone's sandbagging on me now, apparently. The fucking... Oh, it's the final power buff. Okay, so she's not actually clashing that good when we get rid of the brand at turn start. Okay.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Yeah, it actually does change with the brand. 9 to 12 extra clash power depending on coins. Jesus. Oh, we're just cooked. Alright. Never mind, we actually are cooked. Yippee. Oh, Greg is ready to insert the men again. Thought this was just ego spam hell and flash through it. No!
今一度把握し直さなければ。
Dude, Dawn is actually fucking doing nothing this fight. Holy shit. Alright, Greg, insert your men. I don't... bro, it's not Barber Outis that is causing the throwing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Your hate may be misplaced in this instance. We can still blame her. I guess you can.
아류 산초 경혈 육시 찢겨라.
She's living with one. God, y'all are right. This fight is a slog and a half. Oh my fucking lord. This shield is so much HP. Okay, he's actually rolling heads. He's rolling heads! Come on, buddy. Get that 30. Fuck! God damn it! Harpoon time. Harpoon time.
내가 찾은 나만의 항해 방식.
Get him with the dress.
기도해라.
Yep. Stab. The vampires are about to fucking die. Oh my god, everyone is staggered. Alright. Blood Fiends really can't deal with water, as it turns out. Dawn at that single hit point, making it work. hate that everyone does fucking counters out here. Alright, we're probably gonna see the death of the vampires here.
기록에 따라 당신을 반드시 집행하겠습니다.
Dragon is backseating. Paradise, Seaborn, fuck you.
작품을 만들다 죽을 수 있다니. 그야말로.
囚人に致命傷を確認。至急対処お願いします。
Oh yes, that's right. The thingy, the thing with the stuff. Gregor, I need your men once again. One more time before you fucking die. Oh yeah, that's right. And the funny numbers will be much less funny after the fucking thing is gone. Shoot the Roomba with your gun! Kablam! Yeah, Bloodfiends really like that 1 HP number. God bless him.
이 검은, 이 명예는, 이 영광은.
He cannot get dirty for his fucking life.
이빨이지 않을 테니.
Yeah, I believe a lot of them have unrelenting, so that explains why they keep hitting that number, but it's still funny. I was gonna start fucking screaming when I saw Merceau with all fucking hopeless too. I was like, there's no fucking way, dude. It turns out there is a way. It's because it doesn't work like that. Okay, at least our whole fucking team gets to stand up now. Jesus Christ.
囚人を蘇生できる能力がありましたよね。
3 final power and coin power address me. God damn it, why do I have Holiday equipped? Fuck. You know, the backline foolishness. God. The actual sanity damage I'm taking every time that I go to select a fucking thing and it's immediately struggling. Just get Ragreet going. Oh good, it refreshes the fucking shield, my favorite. Oh, we're gonna not use fucking Holiday. I don't know why I have that equipped. No, we're gonna save that for a turn. We're gonna have a little more impact. No, we're not gonna shoot our allies either.
타겟 포착.
You know the camera is panning, so if you try to hover over a skill to read, it can stop the
둘,
Yes? What are you?
지면이 울릴 때마다
What?
네 업을 떠올려라.
I don't know what you're trying to get at there. I believe in your ability to low roll, Sinclair. You got this. What if we shank the rhyme?
그래도 언제나 추월할 수는 없으니까.
You have to hover over each skill slot to see the details. The camera panning can move the skill slot away from your mouse. Okay. I don't know why you're bringing it up is my point more than anything.
이라면 쏠 수 있죠? 공로 지원한다.
Just something annoying. Alright. Yeah, what's annoying is how fucking long this fight is taking. Holy shit, dude. Alright, come on. Let's get him today, Junior. God damn. Don't do the fucking again. Okay, good. How much ammo you got, Hongers? 14? You're fine. No, we're gonna save it for when the fucking stagger goes through. That way we can just kill her. It might have sounded weird when we said to split the chapters between 11 and 3. Now it makes sense. Oh, 100%. Oh, hey, Faust. Faust is not qualified to be here. We need to start... Oh. I did not give bro any ego. Alright. Go get him, Sinclair. I never expect to see him. Yay, stagger, finally. Hopefully this just fucking kills her. Bridge of K-Knowledge! Please, drop his sanity, I'm fucking begging you! He's having far too good of a day. Alright, hold on. Before I go out on this, do you have another face change? No? It's an incentive to please kill her now. She unstaggers, she gets her entire half HP shield back. Noted. Commencing fucking murder. Tangle cleave. Precision shot. Take the shot, Heathcliff. Boop. Beep. Not dead. However, I can sever it by my own hands. Bonk. I'm gonna pretend the AP round did her in, because that's more cool. It is easier since she has more fragile and gains less shield per cycle due to lower max health. Yeah, I ended up with about 150 HP left when I did this, prolonging the fight for way more than I wanted it to. Yeah, no. I can imagine having that fight reset would be fucking agony. It's true that people scrutinize others for differences, to find something they can hate. But it's also true that it is often those very differences that people look up to. And admiration usually goes hand in hand with overestimation. Yes, and Miss Mayers admired those two unknowns, Seaborns and the Light. She thought they would be the solution to everything. Mayers, do you still want to go to the city? No. I'll remain here in Terra. I'll broaden my studies, and I'll talk more. To find a new path toward realizing my wish. As for what will happen now, Miss Mayers, we're going to need to have a long talk with the Inquisition, but we'll help too. We'll help you in your search for that path if we can. The great arc built from the city crumbles. Light fades and gives way to shadows. And we found ourselves back aboard the vessel Massus. Battle complete. Vessel Massus, it's slowing down. How's Miss Mayers? Here, unconscious. The mental strain seems to have taken its toll. That was it? That was the arc of the night? Oh my god, that was the knight's arc! Holy shit! Oh my god, they were right! It all happened inside the Dungeon of the Fathoms, but it can't have been too easy on our mind to send so many waves after us. What'll happen to Miss Mayers now? First, we'll wait for the Inquisition's ruling, then bring her to Rhodes Island. Her efforts were misguided, but she also had Terra's best interests at heart. Together, I'm sure we can discuss a better way forward. What if she's sentenced to death? Then we will need to offer a different proposal. We can consider it when we get to it, Doctor. It's finally over. All we have left to do is go back. As we were preparing to leave with our hearts much lighter than they were earlier. Hold on, everyone. Something's rapidly approaching us. Uh-oh. A low thrumming roar vibrates the air as a strange shadow looms over the ship. Where did this shade come from? Wait, is that? Almost as if driven by instinct, Ishmael takes the radio from Gregor and runs into the control room. Something must have clicked in Nautilus's head, as she also turned and ran after Ishmael. Those two are running into the bridge. Brace! Grab onto something! Oh, bollocks, mucking it up right before the finish line. Doctor, Dante has advised that we grab onto something. I see. They're preparing to turn the ship around. Everyone, brace for impact. Stay alert. Something's coming. The ship leaned heavily as it hurriedly turned port side, and I caught a glimpse of a massive shadow gliding just beneath the water's surface, right where the ship was a second ago. It's a seaborne, about the size of, no, slightly larger than the vessel Masas. Ami's communicator buzzes with Ishmael's voice. The currents are going wild. Wait, no, something's causing those currents to go wild. We'll try our best to maintain evasive maneuvers for as long as possible, but we can't do this forever. If the situation does not improve, we may have to take the vessel Masas to cross the dimensional door. Does Rhodes Island have a way out of this quandary? Not at this moment, but we have to come up with something. But we have to come up with one now and fast. Dante, does anything come to mind? We should first figure out why that seaborne is coming after us. Copy that. I'll focus on steering the ship, so keep us updated. With that, the ship immediately begins a sharp turn, narrowly dodging the ponderous body of the seaborne as it swims by. We can't just take the whole ship across the dimensional door. We're not the only ones on it. But the sea is too wild to simply turn around to let the others leave. It's almost like it's obsessed with this ship. Just why could it possibly be coming after the ship all of a sudden? Could it be that Fabius's order? It's coming after me. Scotty, you? Yes, I'm their enemy, an abyssal hunter. As though to prove it, the giant beast began to charge against the bow of the ship the moment Scotty repositioned herself there. Scotty, when did you get here? Oh, she could just do that. Just what are the abyssal hunters? Why are they so gung-ho about trying to kill you? Abyssal hunters are those who hunt sea terrors and seaborns. Of course, this isn't based on any emotion, such as vengeance or resentment. It's Scotty's... Well, that's not important right now. What matters is that they're solely targeting Scotty. Operators of Rhode Island are heavily fatigued at this moment from their long defense against the waves in the Dungeon of the Fathoms. The same could be said of us and Miss Amia, who battled Mayors in the meantime. To engage that seaborne in this particular circumstances... Oh! Something shakes the vessel Masas once again. What's this now? There's more? There are indeed multiple entities surrounding our ship. However, a violent destructive sound crashes through the waves towards vessel Masas. Past the sudden wall of mist there was... We're lucky. Or was this simply how it was supposed to go? Isharmala! Sir Knight! Two seaborns. It's going to be fine, Miss Inquisitor. If he's the same knight we fought earlier. I doubt he'll be able to stop himself from charging at that giant of a sea monster. Like Hong Lu said, the knight charged straight at the giant rough wave, at the great seaborne, as though he hardly noticed our presence. If we can help the knight repel that seaborne, we just might have a shot at sending Limbus Company back through the dimensional door and escaping aboard the vessel Masas ourselves. Can everyone still move? I'm almost at my limit, but I can still move. If we ever find out why the knight attacked the lighthouse, he just kind of does that. It's the tilting, it's the tilting at windmills thing. Also, fuck the ocean. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Scotty is/contains Isharmala, the seaborne god. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing, is that I believe most of the I'm probably going to get the lore wrong here, so forgive me if I'm not 100% accurate, but I believe that the Abyssal Hunters are each, like, partially mixed with, Seaborn or something like that. And as such, they all are, like, a little bit in sync with them, which is why the Seaborn universally want them dead as fuck. In this case, Scotty has the fucking Seaborn deity, Ishar Mallah, the big scary thing that I believe we're currently trying to kill, or we're currently trying to get rid of. She's got, like, a part of it in her, as far as I know. I'm not 100% certain if that's how it is, but I may be spreading misinformation. If anyone in the chat knows, feel free to let us know. We'll probably learn more about this in IS3, which I plan on running, which is the roguelike Arknights gameplay. Anyway, I've got a plan, but I'd like for everyone to trust me on this. Things went so bad outside after you'd entered the portal. Now's the time for the hunter to get to work. The bright ray of light from Irene's lamp shines upon those atop the deck, while Scotty leaps tall into the air using the ship's bow as her launching pad. The operators each scatter to their appropriate positions as commanded by the doctor. Ishmael and Aldous both exited into the decks as well, presumably having found someone to steer the ship. Is it okay to have you two out here? Miss Calcit seems to know enough about seafaring to take over. While this crisis is far from over, she was good enough that it was reasonable for us to leave the ship's steering to her and descend to the decks for our return. It doesn't seem like we'll all be able to bid you goodbye. Are you sure you're all going to be okay? We could stay a little longer and help. I appreciate the sentiment, I really do, but... Amiya pointed toward the dimensional door, which had shrunk significantly smaller since the first time we saw it. You don't have much time. I wonder if it was only supposed to be open for a set period of time, or what if it's closing now because our work here is done? There was precious little we could learn about it now, but it was obvious that our time here was coming to an end. Thanks, Amiya. We would have been lost for a while in this world if it weren't for Rhode Island's help. Well, thanks to you, we should be able to sufficiently study the dimensional door before we return. Time to say goodbye to the Iberian sea breeze, I guess. Do you have any idea how big the pile of paperwork is going to be at the Inquisition? Merda, just try not to drop into Iberia next time, you got that? Haha, sure, let's all stay nicely put in our own world. As the great Seaborn briefly falters at the combined might of Scotty and the Knight, the ship's bow managed to stop inches from the dimensional door. Manager, now's your chance. Get to the dimensional door. Someday, I hope we can meet again. Oh, hey, we've got other people here. Is that, no, that's Gurley. That's one of the medics from Rhodes Island. And here we have the last night's 9 to 5, apparently. Oh, yeah. We shall take our leave. Let's return to the city. The sea had turned into a brutal battlefield, terrible roars contending with one another. After taking one final look at Rhodes Island defending the vessel of Massas, we leaped into the pitch-black darkness at the center of the dimensional door. I'm swept away by the tides of consciousness. The river draws out my memories and consciousness, sublimating them away. Then... Where is this young one? I'll be honest, I did not miss the very Chinese names that I do not know how to pronounce correctly. That's not me saying anything negative about China. That's me saying negative things about me. They're hard to pronounce. I look around and see the sitters strewn about the room, dozing off. I see Heathcliff crash like that all the time, but how did everyone crash at the same time, sleeping against the walls? I've been told that these are like the LCBs of Arknights in the foreground of that CG. Yeah, pretty much. Bork. A bizarre sensation that something was truly amiss crawls up my spine. You have come too. Now that you have come to, I request that you continue your rest in your chamber. Your presence here makes it difficult to conduct cleaning activities in areas adjacent to your body. Huh? What? We just came through the dimensional door after Rhodes Island... Rhodes? You were transferred here after the LCCA discovered your company unconscious at the entrance of the Lobotomy Corporation branch. I feel like I just went through a memorable experience, but I can't recall what. There was a hole in my memory, and this strange emotional tug at my heart. An ego I don't ever recall extracting. Roshinante, prithee, avail me but 5 more minutes of scheduling wooden training dummies to wake you in 5 minutes. But the bizarre sensation naturally settles. What was that abnormality? What just happened? I don't have any answers to either of those questions, but... Wait, where's Soud? She said something about how there's been a delay or something? Okay, well... I couldn't find Soud, who's been bringing us odd jobs here and there during our stay anywhere in Yihongyuan. But on the desk, I did find a note filled with various requests and a letter, both presumably left behind by Soud. We've got a distortion contract. Come on, time to earn your keep. You weren't going to lounge around until we got a message from HQ, right? Are they allergic to giving us time off or something? In that moment, a certain voice briefly surfaces from the abyss of my memories, before sinking again. There's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life, which means that it should never be up to others to define the worth of life, to argue for it. The worth of life. I don't quite recall who said that, or even where I'd heard it from. Honestly, I don't even understand what it means. You can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then even if you may be lost in the ideals, even still, some of those words left a lingering impression on my heart. You have to keep walking. Unable to sit still, I got up from my seat and began waking up the sinners one by one. It's not like we're getting anything done here. On your feet, guys. Time to get to work. The sinners each begin waking up, some of them looking around to get their bearings, like they were just pulled out of a long dream. That was cool. Thumbs up. Definitely heavy implications towards the delay there. As always, I feel Project Moon should take their time with stuff. I like the eternal crossover bit of well, no one really remembers what happened with the crossover, but I also like the implications that there is possibly an in-universe reason for that. And it makes sense that it's a distortion. Yeah. That was cool. And we technically don't even have a Fathoms Intervallo yet. Yeah. I'm gonna just spend these real quick. I like the sound effects on these. So many samples. Alright, that's all the actual resources. I'm gonna farm up for these on my own time. I'm glad that running through the event once gets you basically everything that you really need. Oh, don't tell me the farm is the dungeon. The farm is redoing the fight? Oh, and Mirror Dungeon, you're right. I was gonna say, I ain't fucking doing that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't farming that fight. So it's good that we can also do Mirror Dungeon instead, because I do not want to do that like a lot. It's good fucking lord. Nice quote, thank you. Thank you for that. I knew I was missing lunacy. You can sense it. You can sense it in your schmell. In the schmelly schmell. And presumably we do get stuff by doing we do get some rewards for running the Mirror Dungeon, which is good. I'll be running that on my own time. Oh my god. Okay. I need a break. My throat is starting to tell me you need to stop fucking talking for a while, so I'm gonna take it easy for the rest of the day and shut the fuck up. Overall though, good, very, very good event. Absolutely fucking fantastic. My only point of adjustment would be the last fight. I think you hit it right. Good design, went on a little too long. I think it was a bit too much of a slog, in my opinion. I feel like it could have definitely gotten, progged a little faster, but overall, it was, the writing was great, the combat was really good, like, damn solid Intervallo, or, damn solid crossover, especially. I'm curious to see if we will get any more, future crossovers. I think it would be very cool to see what we may actually get in the future for crossovers. I like the implication of some lore stuff, namely the 10 virtues is crazy. That sounds a little wacky there. I'm interested in seeing what the fuck that's about. What else did I want to ramble about? I'm slowly being legitimized. Oh yeah. So we're probably gonna put Limbus Company down on stream until there's new content, because other than this, it's just kind of mirror dungeon runs. Unless I start doing like super hardcore mirror dungeon runs, but I think most of that's if I start doing that, I'll stream a little Limbus, but until then, I'm gonna hold off. In the meantime, I've been enjoying streaming again, so we're gonna stream some Arknights. I don't know what process we're gonna tackle things in. We'll probably figure that out as we go. I don't know if it's going to be a more gameplay focused or a more story focused thing. I am likely going to focus a lot more on the plot and try and play through things in a distinct order. But also, I kind of want to play some IS because integrated strategies were really fun. However, new account? Fuck no. I have so many good units on my account. Never played Ark, may have to. I think I'm going to especially focus on things that are specific to the egos that we got, because, you know, it's Limbus Company. We should, I am ultimately a Project Moon content creator, so I want to focus on things that are more relevant to the things that you guys are aware of, to kind of show, like, hey guys, you know the fucking Translu ID, or the Translu ego? Let's go play Ling's event. Like, or let's go play through the Dragon event so that we can get to Ling. Or, oh yeah, that's right. While we're here, bink. Or like, hey, Scotty's really cool. I'm probably gonna go back and play through the Seaborn series of events as well. So like, we're gonna do stuff to kind of eventually lead up to, you know, tying into things, but also, I really want to catch up on the main story for Arknights. I have delayed my prog in the Arknights main story for quite a while, and it has resulted in me being very far behind things, to a very negative degree. Mr. Streamer, can we do Cultsit? Cultsit is tied more intimately with the actual main story. We're gonna go through the, yeah, can we do Cultsit's event, aka the main story? Yeah, we're gonna go do her main story. We're gonna do Walk in the Dust. I think I played through Walk in the Dust, but I never actually, like, did the plot of Walk in the Dust. So I'll experience that. I will give an idea of what I've experienced previously for the Arknights fans in the room when we get there, when I have a nice list in front of me. But for now, it's been about 3.5 hours of streaming, and I talked a lot yesterday, and I could feel my throat telling me to shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get moving. Can I drop off my latest finding and theory of Da'at before you end? No, I'm actually gonna be ending right now. Catch me with it next time, because I will still 100% be down for it, because even if we're in Arknights, I love hearing Project Moon stuff. I am gonna go ahead and dip out. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you guys next time, hopefully sometime soon. Y'all are awesome. Peace out. It's rocking. Here's real firepower. End the fucking stream. Ah!